Hello, and welcome to the Lowell Ranch, where we laugh at retards on the internet. But today's a little more serious topic, but also I think we've got some retards involved here. What do you guys think?
Going on? Give me a moment. Something is not wanting to work.
What?
My side.
It's not letting you do the. Are you doing it through Restream?
Yeah, they're fighting me on all sorts of things. Give me a moment. Let me.
Who's they?
Drop and come back. It's Restream. Let me drop and come back. Let me see.
Okay, all right. Yeah, go check your tokens and all that. How are you doing, Shock?
What happened? I just nuked my coffee.
You just nuked your coffee?
Yeah, I had to reheat it. I'm good.
Oh! I didn't know if that meant like you pounded it. Like,
I wish my coffee machine broke, so I'm stuck relying on the French. So I have to use a French press, which means I have to microwave my coffee, which feels like
at least you had.
sin.
Wait. You know, you can get one of those like electric kettle things for like $8 on Amazon.
Yeah, those little hot plates. I've been thinking about getting one of those.
They're fucking cool.
I don't want to make an Amazon order because I'm afraid I'm gonna try to buy like a GameCube controller and like those like adapters to plug in my computer. And so like it's just $8 on Amazon. It always turns into like an $80 purchase on Amazon.
Well, shit. I guess my side isn't connecting.
What's it saying?
It's just not like once I left, I don't have the choice to add it to my thing anymore.
Damn.
Okay. I had that enabled, right? I want to say I have that enabled for every.
You did, but it was giving me shit. So I was trying to. I had to go through a bunch of other things to get it to work, and
you could always boot up your OBS and just share the screen.
I guess I'll do that.
Give me a
moment.
Just because you can just click in the corner and make this full screen and just put that as your scene.
Yeah. Oh wait.
So Shock, we're talking about all the mrbeast stuff. We're gonna be talking about Jake Weddle and dogpack. What is it? Dogpack 404 or something like that.
Hate that guy.
And Jake the Viking. Have you been paying attention to any of this stuff? I know you have been busy.
I've like these past 3 days, a lot has went down. So that's why I'm like very much now behind, even though I was kind of following this a bit. 3 days is a long time on the internet.
So did you get to watch any of the videos?
I saw Keemstar's appearance on Side Scrollers, and then I saw the Weedle video. And then I've seen some other stuff that Keemstar, his response to
which Weedle video? There's been 2 of them.
Yeah, I think it's the latest one. The one
the one about with the Jake the Viking stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's personally, I think that's the more interesting one.
Yeah.
The first one's okay. It kind of gives you more of his backstory after the interview that I did with Dogpack.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, takes one to know one. But it gives more backstory, and then like he does that thing with his mom or whatever. But
I'm trying to think of the other
towards the end, definitely towards the end of the video, and it's like I get it. He's going through like a lot of emotions. He has been traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's weak. I'm not saying that there wasn't unfair things happening to him. I do believe that he was like kind of manipulated into a situation, but yet also at any time he could have walked away.
Okay, I'm gonna do this,
and I mean, unless like. And I don't think there was anything in the contract that said if he left on day one, they were going to sue him.
Yeah.
because they let him leave on like day 10.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment. I'm getting it all set up.
You're good. I gotta go into kick and block someone.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna
Join their
be...
Discord.
Ban, bitch.
Let me go display capture, display 2. Say something.
Hey, Wade. Hey, everyone out there on Derby's channel, maybe? Maybe?
No, not yet. I just see.
Oh.
I need to make sure.
Tested the desktop audios.
Yeah, I'm getting my audios in desktop. I need to get wavelengths.
You're gonna need your input.
I need my inputs. That's what I'm doing right now. So I got your guys' chat. So where's my audio? Oh wait, now I need to do audio input. Do I? Okay, there's that. Then I'm gonna do this. Yes.
You know what? Just for funsies. So you saw Weddle's second video.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the interview that he did with Dogpack?
Am I streaming?
With who?
Dogpack 404.
Oh no.
So he did. So in the second video, he mentioned about how Dogpack gave him creative freedom to do a skit in this whole thing. So let's watch this skit that he was so proud of.
Fuck this. Okay, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
I worked for the title of this video. I worked for Mr. Beast. He's a sociopath. I'm gonna certainly agree. Damn good chance of being a narcissist.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
And a key aspect to being a sociopath is narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe.
I got a plan.
So let's watch this little skit they've got here.
I'm hungry. I'll write jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it. Hey, the hell happened to you? Mr. Beast, that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go back.
I was gonna be somebody. I was gonna be the Carl took my job. You're the worst production item you ever made me do.
Hopefully this was all his idea.
Yeah, this was his idea.
Who, Mr. Beast or Jake?
Jake Weddle.
Weddle, yeah.
Weddle.
Great.
I like it, but
when was this?
This was the video that came out. What was it? Last week?
Last week? This
Holy fuck! Over 9.5 million views, and it's been out for 3 fucking days.
Jesus.
Well, there is like there's some good stuff in here. Okay. Edit stream.
I did not do my. I'll be honest. I could have done my due diligence and gotten some timestamps from this or something, but I was trying to screw around with my sound settings. I got the damn Stream Deck, and I have to pipe it through some virtual crap.
Oh yeah.
Audio.
Did you just get a Stream Deck?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, nice. Mine has bouncing titties instead of normal icons.
I like those.
So sometimes I get them mixed up.
Wait, you get bouncing titties mixed up with the Stream Deck?
No, those are my buttons. They're just different anime with.
I was like, how are you confusing the two? You got bouncing titty icons?
Yeah, they're all icons. You can choose what icon you want.
You'll have to send me the link to that.
Okay.
I can just set that to my different OBS scenes or something.
Yeah.
Anyhow. But like I was saying, I was trying to play with my audio settings and I didn't grab timestamps. I don't want to EFAP this whole thing, but let's just go to where the interview gets started. We'll skip the intro from Dogpack. And we'll get to meet Jake Weddle here while Dermy's getting his stuff figured out.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Amazon. The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you were the other half. And I consistently
Imagine that.
Yeah.
The boss didn't like me, so I didn't get any of the good stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, I'm live now.
what's so
Nice.
confusing though is like this isn't like your traditional like business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like in a normal work environment, you know, I think like the place I work, we have a pretty good culture, and like some people will come work for us and then they'll be like, well, I'm the new guy, I expect to get hands out, and we're like, no, go fuck yourself, you should impress us. But here it's just kind of like, if I like you, I just give you a lot of money because I'm the boss and I'm rich and I can do it. You know what I mean? Like there's no actual structure to his business.
Well,
And
what I'm really curious is like, what's the size of this team they're working with at this point in time?
well, I think it was Craig that actually said it too. It's like when you are like the proprietary of your company and you hire someone to manage yourself, you still have power over the person who you hired who's supposed to manage you. That's just not a natural relationship that you can have with an employee.
Wait, repeat that? That didn't make any sense.
So Mr. Beast like owns at the time, right? Like not now, because I know his friends own stakes in his company, right? But when he is like the soul of the company, it's his money, it's his company, and he hires people to manage himself. But he's the face, he's the worker, you know. It's his money, it's his company. He hires someone that says, "Hey, I need you to handle my company, handle my business, and manage me." But it's like, it's his company, it's his money, and he's hiring people to manage him.
Wait,
It's like hiring someone to audit yourself.
Yeah.
It's just not a natural company. It just doesn't. You can't have that kind of work relationship.
Are you talking about like, was that about in regards to him hiring the people that are investigating?
No, not even. This was just
okay.
about. This is just about the relationship that he has with his employees. But that's where my head went too. You know, like he can't hire anyone to have an actual like structured business with them because he's too powerful and the main face of his company. It works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Legatus.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're getting a back taco raid.
Ooh, all right.
I don't know why you're getting a back taco raid, but okay.
I don't know why either.
Darmy doesn't remember. Like most
No,
of his
listen, Restream was being a weird. I've never like when it comes to StreamYards doing all this, it's really easy. Click, 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 click. This was being a pain in the freaking ass. And I didn't know what the heck was going on. I had to do this. So I'm doing this all through OBS. So hopefully everything works out right. So
I think Steve's got it right.
You're right.
Hiring, that's a consultant. They tell you what to do, and then you kind of get to decide.
And you can tell them to like fuck off, but
Pick
it's
rocks
like,
or
what's the point?
Listen to what they've got to say.
If only they did that with Sweet Baby.
there's a lot of people that they should have done that.
I know.
So here's the problem though with the Sweet Baby stuff is the people that hire Sweet Baby already want what Sweet Baby's going to give them.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're going to turn it up to 11, right?
Mm-hmm. I do think they got the ball rolling when they scared a few of the big ones.
I agree. I do think that they played into they manipulated the shit out of that. I mean, that's their whole point. That's their existence is relying on manipulating people to bring fear into them for causing public I don't even know what you call it, public drama.
Yeah, and this isn't to derail, like, because like consultants are just like a weird, like the nature that a company can have with a consultant. They can have a lot of power in the company, or they can have very little to none. What was it? Papa John, he hired a consultant to like brand his company. He paid like $30 million for like a 2-minute conversation where he's like, "Hey, I want to sell pizza." That's great. Like, what's your business? Well, I have better ingredients and I want to make better pizza. He's like, "Oh, you just said it. There you go. All right, I'll take my $50 million now. There's your slogan." He paid $50 million to tell him what he wanted the slogan to be. And he's like, "Oh, you just said it. All right, I'll take my money. Bye." Like,
it's brilliant.
And so like so Mr. Beast talks about how like, you know, I have these, I guess, I don't know if they're actually consultants because I thought they worked for him. You know, he's like, well, you know,
they do work for him. So
that's the thing, because because he says we, like we as a company do this, this, and this, and it's just like, what do you mean we though? Like the people who manage you, you have the superiority over them. Like they don't.
Well, now, so
Well,
like this
wait,
Weddle
wait.
guy, he wasn't a consultant. He was a writer. He was hired to write skits.
Yeah. When he talks,
I'm looking for
Chris
something
and
real
stuff.
quick because I remember. I think it was. Oh fuck! What's the Clownfish?
Mm-hmm.
Clownfish TV.
Neo.
Neon or one of them.
Neon,
they
sorry.
tweeted out that Mr. Beast was a part of a talent agency. Like the company itself was a part of a very big talent agency that ended up like vastly growing over time. Here it.
You know, he just launched toys in Target.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw
God.
that right after the latest update.
Definitely not for little kids. They're fucking choking hazards.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this here.
But if I was of the age, I'd
Yeah,
probably be
that's
super into it because
what
it's kind of like create your own little
this
monster
over
things.
here. This way I can watch everything better. Okay, I know my angles and stuff are all fucked up, guys. So
Your angles.
just it is what it is. So I'm gonna have to
Talking
exit
about
full
MySpace
screen for
angles?
them. Here, I'm gonna do nope, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna do this. That way nothing can get seen when I'm setting this all up. Because in order for me to share my screen, I have to exit out full screen. And I don't want any links being shared.
You need more monitors. Up. Who do we got?
I have more monitors. So okay. I'm gonna hop back over here. Give me a moment.
Mr.
Okay, so this was tweeted out by Neon back on the 8th, so 2 days ago. Mr. Beast and other big YouTubers and streamers are/were bankruled by Night Media, which is bankruled by Charon Group. Hollywood and venture capitalist money. Very few people blow up on YouTube organically. Here's their roster of January 2024. At some point, they hid the roster. So actually, I haven't even looked at the roster. So let me do that real quick.
I was say pull it. That's an archive. You can go back in time.
Yeah, let me do this again. Give me a moment, because.
But they don't work together anymore, right? I thought they.
I don't know. That's the thing.
That's what Keemstar said. Keemstar said that they don't work together.
Keemstar said a lot of shit.
Derby's
and
not
I'm
happy.
yeah, you got to convince me, bro. I'm not.
Keemstar has said a lot of shit. So here's their old thing. Is that Kai Cenat?
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Beast. I don't know who Carl is.
Don't know that.
I don't know who this bitch is, but
Nygaard isn't.
I would call her Milfgard.
Hassan
Oh,
Piker.
Phantom. That makes sense. He's part of AMP.
Duke Dennis.
Dream. So wait. Hold on. When did these people join this agency? Did they join before or after they got known? Because so like Phantom and Kai Cenat, they've been streaming forever. But they weren't always big. They were always decent size. And when I knew
that
of
is
them.
a good question, because this Wayback Machine says it was captured 2021.
But we got to measure, like, when did they start working with them and when did they start booming? Because even though they've been streaming.
Agent 00, he's on AMP.
Asmongold. God damn, there's a.
I wonder what service. Why is Lance Bass on this list?
Why is there so many Nico Lols on the list? Hello.
Oh my.
That's a nice outfit.
That's easy money.
Why does she even need to be?
She doesn't need one.
Well, here's the thing.
She marketed herself.
Why are there so many big people on here?
I wonder what they do. What they do to.
Yeah.
Like Hassan was on here, and like Hassan doesn't make any sense for being as big as he is. Asmongold, I can get. Kai Cenat, I can get. Mr. Beast, how are all these people?
I don't get. Asmongold doesn't need any help from these people unless these people are the ones who are having them pipe all his videos into my YouTube feed.
So
I wonder if that's what these people are. I think because there's so many of these people that are massive. I want to go through these guys and see like who's who.
So okay, yeah, Shock just shared a link here. That's
Here, I'm
from
gonna stop
Bloomberg saying
sharing.
YouTube star Mr. Beast parts ways with managers, centralizes control of business.
In May.
This was just in May.
This
So
was
that's really
just
not
in
all that
May,
long
and then
ago.
all this shit blows up.
Yeah, guys, when you start.
Conspiracy theory.
Oh, bro, you have to see.
Did they drop? Did they find out?
I think
Did
they
they
dropped
know
him. That's
and
what it
dropped
looks
his
like.
ass?
That's what we all assumed, and then this kind of like this is why Keemstar aggressively says it. You know, it's like, well, they dropped, they parted ways, but most people are like, had they been seeing this coming? You know, is he? Because I'm
Unless
tired.
they were protecting him.
They're protecting him. Well, he's so Mr. Beast is much smarter than these corporations. For some reason, people feel the need to like make statements and call themselves out instead of actually ignoring controversy. Sadly, works. Like it is gross how much it works versus actually writing a statement and exposing yourself to look even more stupid.
So I'm
So
gonna
that's
slightly
kind. So
disagree.
who was saying that?
No,
Someone was
I
specifically
think it
talking
was
about that with the Chris Tyson tweet versus the Dr. Disrespect tweet, and how
well. No, the better one would have been Mr. Beast versus Dr. Disrespect, because Dr. Disrespect wasn't a corpo tweet. That was a natural tweet. Mr. Beast was a corpo tweet. Then when it came to Chris Tyson's tweet, that initial tweet was a corpo tweet.
yeah, that's yeah.
And then like a few hours later, he starts tweeting out again, and those weren't corpo tweets. Those were all emotional, personal tweets.
He's a retard.
Yes. Mr. Beast used corpo language. So if you compare those two together, that makes more sense. Mr. Beast, you're right. He could have ignored it. But at the same time, this is such a big story. Ignoring it would have also been a bad idea.
No,
you have to do something. This is a big one that there's stuff coming out constantly.
Yeah, I know. And not enough people are calling it out, and he's ignoring it. If he were to make a big statement, then it would force all the progressive streamers to actually like react to it.
They are reacting now.
They're slowly doing it now. Yeah.
What's his name?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anything happens to Mr. Beast, and I don't think it's because of his power. I think it's because Dogpack and Jake Weddle are retards.
Yeah.
Jake Weddle is Dogpack. I need to see the next part.
Dogpack has given a lot of circumstantial stuff. And even in the last video where he's like trying to find out about them littering a park or whatever, like them by he decided that them by not saying that they cleaned up was enough to prove that they left behind garbage.
Well,
now, granted,
it wasn't just garbage, because the thing did say, yeah, they left some stuff behind, but it would have been a yacht that they blew up. And then, to be fair to the Jake Weddle thing, as much as I don't like what he was doing to Jake the Viking, because a lot of it was Jake the Viking's a transphobe and is hypocritical because he didn't call out his brother-in-law, who wasn't relevant at the time, and was calling out Chris Tyson. And the logic there just doesn't make any logic.
But how did Jake Viking knew that Jimmy knew?
Just so again, that goes to the Geeks and Gamers interview. But let me back it up real quick. In Jake Weddle's video, he said that Jake the Viking didn't clean up a bunch of trash and just threw it off a mountain. I don't know how exact that is, and Jake was trying to make it a big deal because somebody broke their ankle cleaning up after him for 2 miles.
Do you have that? I didn't see
video?
that anywhere. I saw you saying that, but I didn't see that anywhere.
It's in the video.
So I think what I think would be fun would be to actually EFAP Weddle's second video as of the moment of when he starts talking about Jake the Viking. I know when that starts. Yeah. Because that's really when it starts getting interesting.
Let me pull it up real quick.
But I also, so Fractured is supposed to be joining us whenever he gets off work. I just sent a message out to him to see if he knows about when that would be, because I don't know if Fractured's watched the video, but I think his reaction might be pretty good.
I have it pulled up. It is because he goes in such a weird way. Give me a moment. Let me make sure the browser audio is off on this, because it's going to try to capture that. Okay, yeah.
And real while you're doing that, let's say what's going on, Timon.
Okay, I got it pulled up. Give me a moment again. Let me go. What? Let me go. Let me pull this down. Also,
Is
be
that
careful
French?
when you share links in the private chat, because that just automatically pulls up even when you're in full screen, which fucking sucks. Okay, that's shared.
Oh,
Back over here.
oh wait, no. I don't want to watch this yet. I've got
Oh.
this. I'm waiting for Fractured. I was talking about if you had the stuff about how like the guy like hurt his ankle or something.
I have no
that's
idea
funny.
where that is.
That's the exact fucking second I have the video queued myself.
I have no idea where that particular video is, because all that just came out through this. Like,
Okay,
dude hurt his ankle and had to get helicoptered down.
So,
Maybe.
Okay, Shock. What do you think of the idea that keeping so Weddle was in this video where he was supposed to be in this video where he's in solitary confinement for, it was supposed to be 100 days, but it was really only going to be 30 days, and then but it only ended up being 10. And part of that is Weddle was complaining about the lights not being shut off. What do you, and there was a claim that not turning the lights off is actually a war crime.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
So
what do you think that that's abusive? Like, do you think that that's war crime?
No,
Level assault?
It's one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shock, you first, and then I'll clarify a little bit more.
No, it's just it has to do with him choosing to talk about it now, and you're just exaggerating something. So there are a lot of facts that I'm curious about, that I want to know about. Like, how did Jake know that Jimmy knew? And people are just character.
Oh, we're going back to that.
So
yeah, there's a good way. There's actually a Jake does so
you know what? I'll pull that up right now.
But answer your question, though. To answer your question, this is just more character assassination instead of actually getting into more details. Like his girlfriend, like, he's this kind of guy. Oh, now I'm gonna come out and just talk about someone's character. When we're trying to ask, like, hey, the people who he's employing, why are they employed, and why aren't they being accountable for their actions? Versus just being like, I know him, and he's a piece of shit. He didn't turn the lights on for me when I did a video with him.
Heck, when it actually even comes to like his girlfriend, I'm not even acknowledging his girlfriend.
Dude, no, screw her.
Because there was like a moment where, hey, all this stuff could actually be really interesting. There could be a lot of deeds here, and then it's just he's emotionally abusive, doesn't spend enough time with me, and it's all like very vague shit, and it's like, I can't work with this. This is pathetic, but okay, here's this.
So yeah, so this is the interview that Jake the Viking did with Jessica over at Geeks and Gamers.
It wasn't Jessica, it was somebody else, but
it wasn't. Okay, I thought she was the one who did the interview. But I want to start with this question here because it kind of sets the groundwork here. So on Twitter /X, you talked about the age of a girl who sent him his first pair of Gucci slides. Can you elaborate on this? Jake responds, in 2019, we were on a flight to Vegas, and Chris was talking about a girl who bought him a $200 pair of Gucci slides. He mentioned her age, which was in her young teens. I thought it was weird that a girl that was young was sending him Gucci slides. Agreed. What kind of 13, 14, 15-year-old has $200 just to send someone fucking Gucci slides?
Yeah, like, gross.
You gotta be stealing that money. But never
look in the corners.
But I never thought something sexually inappropriate was happening. Why would you? Mm-hmm. It's odd. It's weird. And you really just kind of probably just don't think about it after that moment, right?
Mm-hmm. That's awkward, but okay.
So G&G went on to ask, you also posted Jimmy knew, presumably meaning Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast. Do you know or believe that he knew about Chris Tyson? And Jake the Viking says, What I meant was that Jimmy and Chris lived together for 2 years. They spent hours together brainstorming and working together for years. Going back to the story on the plane, he was that open to telling the rest of us how young that girl was. Imagine what he told Jimmy. I was never a part of that. I showed up to film at 9 and left at 6. I never spent time with the guys outside of work except a few dinners and such.
And part of this is actually even wrong on Jake's side. They knew each other since high school.
Right. They had known each other much longer. As far as how long they lived with each other, they possibly could have lived with each other even longer than that. It was just 2 years at that point in time.
And then also, we didn't know when this article came out about the Shadman art, about all that stuff. So when more stuff keeps piling on, also Jimmy being in the Discord, Jimmy had to have fucking known.
Dude, this Jimmy New tweet by Jake the Viking is fucking bullshit. We should have never taken him like legit in the first place.
How?
This is a stupid tweet. You didn't fucking have any proof that he knew. It's just, oh, he probably knew. But you said it as a fact, and everyone fucking ran with it.
So that's what I said yesterday. I don't know if you were watching the chat, but yeah. So like when he says Jimmy knew, I immediately, my first thought is like, okay, if you knew Jimmy knew, what did you know?
Exactly.
Right? And so when I read that, he made what I call a sound logical assumption. Because he says, so he barely knew Chris outside of work, and he's telling him that a 13-year-old girl, and I'm just using that age as an example. That's not an exact quote, but like, this young teenage girl bought him shoes, and he was so willing just to share the name or the age of the girl. And so he's assuming that because he was so open with that information, that he would be way more open with more information about his life with Jimmy, obviously.
Yeah.
And Shock, I've been following this story like fucking crazy. I'm not trying to like beard guard is what I'm going to be coining it right now, because a lot of people want to be like defending Jake, but it's like the logical assumption there makes sense. Okay, these two people, when the whole high school aspect also comes in, they've known each other since high school. Further on, evidence comes out. They had Shadman art at least in one area of their apartment. Since then, Mr. Beast has gone out of his way to actually edit old videos to remove the Shadman aspect. You have them in the Discord freely talking about some very creepy shit. There's a lot of inappropriate jokes, like actual like underage minor jokes. I don't know how is that like indicative of something. Yeah. I don't know there, but there's a lot of things. There is something that Ethan Klein and then they did an interview with somebody else who worked at Mr.
Let's pull that
recently. I don't know how legitimate that is, so I'm not wanting to run with it, but I'll at least pull it up because it is a thing. So let me try to grab
I got the Ethan Klein thing right here. Give me a second.
Yeah. You pull it up because
Ethan Klein is going to come up again later in this. If we hear back from Fractured. If we don't hear back from Fractured by in 13 minutes, we're just going to go with the Weddle video.
Okay.
So share screen. Wait, hold on.
Now this is a video.
Oh yeah, the guy, the name of the user is King Shit of the A-Logs.
So, and I will say, I don't know who this guy is. This clip just started surfacing yesterday. I'm
guessing it's an employee.
It looks like an employee, a possible employee. Take it with a grain of salt, but this is the latest accusation.
Antidote I had was no one has ever said this, and it's why Delaware actually needed to come in. It was because
Delaware, for those who are unaware, is a former employee of Mr. Beast, also Jake the Viking's brother-in-law,
yeah.
And is an RSO. He's legitimately an RSO. Sucks to suck, but whatever that situation is, I don't know. It looks like he might have got railroaded by the system. So.
Yeah, we don't know what the situation was. He did something when he was 16 to an 11-year-old or something like that.
Oh, so it's a juvenile.
So the story there,
Oh.
it would have been, and I did the math in a video that I still need to edit up. It would have been roughly 5 years prior to all the accusations coming out, because the accusations came out in 2010. Everything would have happened in about 2005, 2006, back when Delaware would have been roughly 16 or 17 years old, one of the two.
Yeah. I think
So-
To
Jake
an
is
11-year-old.
16, yeah.
I mean, personally, juvenile crimes don't change much for me, but realistically, under the law, juvenile crimes do make things a little different. But
Mhm.
if you are, I also believe in a path of forgiveness, right? But you should not be working for entertainment companies that market to
Yes.
children. You should have forgiveness and having a job putting up fucking drywall and digging a
Yes.
hole,
Yes. We can all agree on that. Jimmy is a fucking retard because he hired
Yeah.
him. What the fuck?
Yep.
So, but in the whole RSO thing, Jake, defended Delaware, laid out what he knows about the situation. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Looks kind of like he got railroaded, especially because the claims then came out 5 years later when the girl was 16 and the guy was 21. So, and also you can't go back in time to 2005 and make sure that you're marking down your everyday goings on, because nobody had readily access cell phones back then to mark down where the fuck you were back then and what was going on. Not everybody's Kavanaugh who has like planned, detailed fucking maps all day long.
It's not a bad idea, man.
Yeah, I actually did start doing it.
Okay, so we'll continue on.
Because at the time, the first manager that ever worked there, his name was Dan. Sorry, Dan. And he was actually a really good guy, but everyone was consistently making these jokes wildly inappropriate about his like 5-year-old kid.
Ew.
And so,
Whoa.
I know.
Like what?
And so, like, gonna go home and fuck insert name. Like
What?
the craziest thing.
Who was saying?
Oh,
I thought that was shocked.
Oh my god, Shock, you sound like fucking Ethan Klein.
What? What'd I do?
So he paused it because Ethan Klein's laugh sounded just like you.
Wow.
God, we're gonna run it back.
If you told me this like 8 years ago, I would have been flattered, man. I used to like
Ew.
And so,
man.
Whoa.
I know.
Like what?
And so, like, gonna go home and fuck insert name. Like
What?
the craziest thing.
Who was saying that?
I know.
He says what? When he the way he does that what and the inflection, that's just like how you do
We
it.
have the
It
Tim
is.
Allen.
Yeah.
What? I can't do it. You do
Yeah, I
it
can't do it
perfectly,
either.
Shock. Rumor junk 3POs
Well,
in the
Ava,
chat along
Jimmy,
with
it was like the
aggressive
thing. It was
liberal.
like funny edgelord
Hey,
kids,
drunk
which is
3PO.
crazy.
What's up, dude?
Hold on, this
And
guy.
so-
Hold on, this guy
What's up, Jake?
Dan
Rumor, it's
is just
rumor
like a
junk.
normal ass dude with a daughter,
Son, but yeah.
a son, and so they
Oh,
were all
God.
joking about.
Jesus, what?
They would
having
make these like
sex with
crazy
his
jokes, and
child.
one day we were filming the video playing Fortnite in the middle of the ocean, and one too many jokes got said, and bro flipped. Like, understandably, he couldn't take it anymore, and he took a cameraman and he threw him into the water. And it was a
Whoa.
whole big
Hell yeah.
problem. And so then
Is
the
that
next
Ethan or
day,
Shock?
he was fired.
Uh,
Delaware came
that
in a
was me.
week later, and it's so funny how this same environment that we're around kids all the time. That's his fan base. And then he
yeah.
brings in
Oh,
Delaware.
there you go. He said it. He said it. That's his fan base.
Yeah,
Christ.
Well, yeah, the kids are his fan base.
it is. That's
When
why he put
you-
out toys and he markets to kids and tells kids to do a bunch of really shitty things.
How long is your parole officer if you do a juvenile crime?
Well, if the date, so 2010 to 2024, because there's 2024, 2025, because all the charges are about to be dropped.
Hmm.
So
Well,
that's
yeah,
probably
they're
a
about
long
to be
ass time.
expunged. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when it comes, so I want to take that story with a grain of salt because I have no way to corroborate what was said.
Well,
That,
okay.
but being said, there is evidence of Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson saying some heinous shit just like that over and over and over again.
Right.
Especially to the Catch Me Outside girl. And they always say, no, those are just jokes. But when things keep piling up like this, where there is smoke, there is fire. And there's a thing, I'm all for super edgy jokes. I love super edgy jokes. Some of my favorite jokes I can't say on YouTube because I really like dead. You work it out yourself.
Necrophilia shit?
No, not necrophilia. I like dead baby jokes.
Oh, dead baby jokes.
Yeah, dead baby jokes I find funny, but it's not because of how people react to them. They're always funny to me.
But
But
what's grosser than gross?
Yeah. But I know that there's limits to these jokes. I'm not going to constantly go around there and saying those jokes, but these guys constantly say them. Constantly are saying something about minors in a very sexual, explicit way. And it begs the question, what the fuck's going on? And when a guy's starting to show like he doesn't like this, the goal is not to keep ramping it up. It's sometimes you do need to pull back, especially if it's about a minor. So where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's not shocking. And I want to dig
No,
deeper.
I would not be surprised at all if this was true, because the patterns of behavior. Look at the Discord, the Discord leaks, which have been completely removed from GitHub.
Mm-hmm. I have some of them, but I can't pull them up because it kills my PC every single time. I
don't know why. It's just
I think they're just they're too large of files, and I have to wait till they load.
So pointing out the culture of Mr. Beast's company and a character assassinating each other, is that supposed to be showing proof that he willingly hires questionable people because they do these acts together? You know what I mean? Because we're having the internet's kind of having two different conversations.
So, okay.
Right? They hire these people that do bad things? And so real quick, bottom line, people are upset that Mr. Beast is probably not going to be held accountable for anything. So we have two people that have harmed people that Mr. Beast hired, and he's not going to be held responsible. And then people are trying to analyze the culture and character, like assassinate people to try to not justify, but try to understand why these terrible things happen with this company. Does that make sense?
Is it character assassination if you are learning about somebody and more information comes out?
I'm not saying character assassination. Hold on. I'm not saying character assassination is a bad thing. I'm just saying they're pointing out this person's a piece of shit, and it should show proof why they are likely to do these bad things that we see. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying not saying it's a bad thing.
I'd say what his ex-girlfriend is doing right now is one, clout chasing, two, character assassination.
Yeah,
comment.
I don't give a fuck.
They're trying to put their pennies in the pot, and their pennies don't fucking matter versus the big bucks, right? You know,
versus like the Jake
that
Weddle
is happening, and that's
claims.
a separate conversation about Chris Kyson, though. That's what's getting confusing.
I would say like the Jake Weddle initial claims, not his second claims. I would say the dogpack first video and the what's his fuck? I can never Nathan whatever over on Twitter. All the things that he's been putting out, and some of the others going on because we have the Mr. Beast games. A lot of accusations and weirdness is going on there. There's a lot of sketchy shit. Like even if, like, listen, I get you signed on to do these games, but they signed on for 1,000 people to do a games, not 2,000 people. And then on top of that, it's looking like Mr. Beast and company were not prepared for anything at all. Then you keep moving forward. It's a pattern of behavior. It's how this business has been run. It's looking at everything that's been happening. And it's like Mr. Beast, the company, Jimmy as a person, they're all huge, massive pieces of shit. And you're right. Nothing's ever going to happen because when things do start happening, you get Keemstar out here seemingly just accepting everything that's said by the other side and go like, oh, everything doesn't make sense here.
Yeah.
Well, what's
he's not asking. Keemstar's not having a single critical thought in his brain. I don't think. Like he's not asking questions. He's just spouting whatever he's reading.
He is he's a clout chasing demon.
Well, I think all he's doing is pointing out. We're all just pointing out hypocrisies of each other, right? Where Jake the Viking is saying, "Hey, you have a pedo working for you," and I'm kind of the like main guy who's been championed around because we don't like to see that. So we see a guy who we think claims he had proof about said wrongdoings to have a family member who is also an abuser, who also was hired by Jimmy, and he didn't say anything about that. People view that as hypocritical.
He didn't need to.
Why not?
He wasn't part of the news. He wasn't important until now. Jake the Viking even pointed it out in his responses to Nicholas Diorio. Nobody cared about Delaware until people cared about
sexual
Delaware.
offenders aren't important until they're important for like what? Cultural and political gain?
Nobody knew about him. Why does he need to talk about him at all? Nobody was talking about him. We were talking about Chris Tyson.
So
We
if
were talking about
Mr.
what
Beast is
Mr. Beast
hiring
was doing in
sexual
Chris Tyson.
offenders, we only care about the one, not all the sexual offenders.
But then when it came to Delaware, here's the thing. Jake the Viking, when he was asked about it, he made an initial tweet about everything that was going on and brought up that these were accusations. We don't even know what the hell actually happened there. But he is an RSO. That's all we know for sure.
So, and I have
and Jake the Viking was very open about it, but everybody wants to lambaste him as a hypocrite and hiding a pedo when it's like he wasn't even important at the time. Why is it a big deal now that he was doing this when he was not the topic of conversation until now?
So, okay, I'm not here to sweep for Delaware, but I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
And Derby, you seem to know the timeline pretty well with how you broke this down. The first question I have is when someone has already done the time, paid their price, whatever that was, versus someone who's committing the acts while employed.
Mm-hmm.
Does that matter at all, Shock?
That's true. That does matter.
And then another thing, I think it was absolutely a huge, terrible mistake to have Delaware on camera. Yeah. Period. Flat. Like that should have never have came up. I don't have a problem. I don't know if I have a problem with Mr. Beast hiring someone in Delaware's specific situation because that's such a weird circumstance. With what his actual crime was, but he has to be backstage. He's not hanging around any fans or anything. And as a matter of fact, he probably doesn't want to. But
that's why he wore the mask. He didn't want.
He wore the mask because he didn't want to get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So
but he should have never. He should have never have done it.
I'm gonna be a little bit more extreme than you. I don't know the details of Delaware's situation, and this is the bad part about false accusations at a whole, just going with that shit. They ruin people's lives. Delaware should never have been hired to begin with. Why the hell are you hiring an RSO for kids content? It doesn't matter if they were just accusations and they're false or whatever. You are an RSO. I'm sorry, we can't put you here in kids content.
And that's purely because the audience.
And so yes. Keem hasn't been disagreeing with what we've been saying, but you may view it as redundant for him to call out hypocrisy for Jake the Viking for not calling out what Dermy just said. That is where people are getting divided over because he just spouts whatever he reads. But Keem's been everything that we kind of went over. He has also been over. He's just also calling out hypocrisy.
Keem is going after Jake the Viking.
Yeah, I know.
And
Jake didn't hire Delaware.
Jake the Viking. Oh no, you know what? You're right. Jake didn't hire Delaware. He married into the family.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, Jake, the Delaware married into the family. Jake.
Oh yeah, it's his sister. That's right. Delaware married into his family.
Yeah, Delaware.
Okay. Yeah.
Jimmy hired Delaware. Delaware married into Jake's family, and then on top of that,
Delaware worked there before Jake did.
Yes.
Damn.
And for some reason, everybody wants to jump down Jake's throat when you sit there and you think about it. If Delaware got the job due to Jake, I think there'd be more claim to call out Jake. But that's not what happened. Jimmy hired him. Then Jake got hired.
I don't even know if Jake was the reference that would matter because Jake being a reference is also a character reference and and they came up and if they played it out the exact same way where Delaware came out up front with what was going on before he was ever hired, they knew.
Yes. And they went with him anyways.
the character reference, especially in that type of situation, coming from someone who is looked at with as someone who has good character as it is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Like there's something there. That's why this whole Delaware situation.
I think Keemstar's like what Derby said. Keemstar's really just trying to stir shit, and that's his job. That's his fucking job.
But he's not getting facts wrong. Like you can be upset.
No,
with,
he's
like,
getting facts wrong.
What fact are you wrong?
Let me pull it up because he did get facts wrong last night, actually, and literally started spreading fake news in response to Jake and everything. Because it turns out, because there was this huge thing going on where freaking Keemstar, Keemstar was fighting and beefing with the fucking kid and shit like that. And I'm trying to find it. God damn it. I need to go back to Jake's YouTube channel. I forgot not YouTube, but Twitter. Turns out, so because Keem wanted the Nathan W. or whatever heck his name is to get on a Twitter Spaces with him right now. And he was demanding it. He was being kind of a fucking pussy and a bitch about it. Demanding Nathan get on a Twitter Spaces now. Demanding he gets there. And constantly commenting on that situation. Well, Keemstar delivered on what the heck he was wanting to talk about, because this came out. And give me a moment. I need to do the whole thingy before I share my screen. Yeah. And yes, Keemstar posted full-fledged fake news. Because I'll do window because there's two parts of this. Okay, share my screen. Let me do this. Let me hop back over here to the record function. So Keemstar puts this out. Jake the Viking flew a 17-year-old out to meet Delaware because it turns out Nathan W. went out and did a stream with Jake the Viking himself about to go do ghost hunting. And they're like, oh my God, look at all this stuff. And he's like trying to paint it all like, oh my God, Jake the Viking's feeding pedos to kids to pedos. And then Jake comes out and does this. Keem, you're not only a piece of shit, but also a liar. Nate and I were friends. He was also friends with my ex, and I invited him down for a ghost hunt with your narrator on the battleship North Carolina with the permission of his parents. Good try, bud. Oh, don't believe me? Here's the video. They then start having a back and forth. We have... So you're admitting you did. You're admitting you did invite a 17-year-old out to Delaware? No. Here, I'll do this one because it goes all over the place. Wait, where
it was at the top.
He delete? Oh no, he must have deleted some shit because the rest of it's all gone now. Because that took me a while, but it used to be. So you admit you did invite a 17-year-old to meet Delaware? No, he was invited to meet Delaware. He was invited to hang out with my ex, your narrator, and my camera guy to go on a ghost hunt with permission of his parents. Okay, let's try a different question. Did you introduce the 17-year-old Nathan to Delaware? See, you keep getting these things where he's trying to
go back to the that first Keem tweet right there. That one that's right there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Click on that one. And then look in the comments. Because I know what you're talking about. There was another comment that Jake the Viking replied to. Maybe it was under the original.
So he's trying to get him for introducing a minor to a possible registered offender. But the part where I was... Okay.
Was Delaware there? Because if so, that's not good. No, he wasn't.
Wait.
He wasn't there.
I thought he said he was. Hold on.
No. Keem's trying to say he was. Jake is specifically saying he was never there. He was never involved in the situation at all. But Keem's trying to make it out like he was just because Jake is their brother-in-law.
Okay.
That's the only reason he's doing this. Because this is full-fledged fake news. Jake came out and disproved it. There's no connection. But Keem's trying to act like there is a connection. That's my biggest problem here. Then you have fucking Turkey Tom and Nicholas DiOrio going all... Yes, Smoo, he is acting super fucking suspicious right now. But Nicholas DiOrio and Turkey Tom going all out there trying to stir the pot even more. And if you know anything about these guys, you know that Nicholas Diorio and Turkey Tom are best fucking friends with Keemstar. They sit at his feet and just wait for that drop of clout to come into their mouths and do a bunch of shit with him. So when those two are going out there trying to spread the same shit that Keemstar is doing, that's an organized thing going on right there. And they're all being pieces of human filth right now. Trying to attack Jake for not talking about somebody that wasn't relevant until just now.
Okay, so Jake's not doing quite the best to represent his side because eventually he does it, I guess, because I get confused when I see people defending him saying, well, he was convicted and stuff, right? So it's out there in the open. But then Jake the Viking himself says, no, they were accusations. He's innocent. I defend him because he didn't do anything wrong. But the people who defend him are like, well, he's convicted. Like, we know he served time and he was convicted.
Well,
and so he's allowed to work at a, so like this argument's not coherent because they don't know why they're defending Jake the Viking. They're just doing it until he finally has. So he finally says what he should have said in the first place.
There's two things. So Jake even has like specified this. One, they're accusations. Okay. And that's why I go to, it looks like the dude was railroaded by the system and got royally fucked. And I don't know why the hell my bar is showing right now.
To your credit, Dermy,
he got royally fucked.
To your credit, Dermy, you are actually defending him, whereas the people who I've been seeing defend him don't seem to know why they're defending him. You're the only one that's actually showed why I do defend him. That's what's been pissing me off.
And then the next part to this, let's say the whole thing is, okay, he got royally fucked, whatever. He had to plead guilty. He pleaded guilty because normal people, when they get faced with the legal system, they're going to take the path of least resistance. Probably couldn't defend himself very well. Let's just play it out. My life's ruined anyways. You are now worked through the whole process. You are just about to have everything expunged. Your life can finally go back to being normal. You haven't done anything. Your forgiveness is here. There you go. He's paid his crime. What's the big deal now?
So that was actually going to be my yeah. That was my next question for Shock.
Then you go back to the middle part. While he was still on the RSO, Jimmy should never have hired him. Don't know about the guy's personality. Don't know about his character. It's just the fact that you are an RSO. You should not be involved in this style content. You could be a saint. This could legitimately, from my point of view, be accurate that he got fucked. Couldn't defend himself. He is innocent, but he had no way to defend himself. You're on the RSO. It's not a good look, and it doesn't work.
Well, so I have a buddy.
Shitty thing to do, but it's just you can't do kids content.
I had a buddy. He's no longer with us, but he was on the RSO for taking a piss behind a garbage can.
Like, and I know this is a show, but it is accurate to the situation. And Orange is the New Black. I know it's dramatized, it's fake, whatever. But one storyline that they did do, this is accurate. One guy was an RSO because he and another consenting adult had sex on a beach.
Well, dude,
that's a real thing.
Good stories are usually just rewritten true stories. You know what I mean? Like, no one really.
You can be an RSO for having consensual sex on a beach with nobody around and just wanting to spice up your life. You could go late at night, middle of the night, to an empty field, an empty lot, nobody around. Cop sees you, you're an RSO.
Technically, you're in the public, though. But
you become an RSO because you public indecency. You are now an RSO.
Yeah,
that's the reality of all this stuff.
Pissing all by yourself in the middle of a desert, and a cop catches you. You're done.
Jeez.
Yeah, like that stuff.
Now that's a dick. That's a fucking biggest dickheaded cop you've ever met. But yeah.
Yeah, rural areas aren't going to do that to you. It's going to be the liberal coast cities.
No, you'd be shocked.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they will do that to you because it's like they have to.
They make
public
money.
Indecency.
Yeah,
they make money. And public indecency leads you to be an RSO. There's no. You don't have to do something to a kid, like because with Jake the Viking's whole thing with the 11-year-old, not Jake's, but Delaware's thing with 11-year-old, when he was going back and forth with Nicholas Diorio, everybody assumes Delaware fucked the kid. Jake even said the accusations weren't even about fucking.
You know what? I'm going through that Epic Mike tweet from yesterday.
Mhm.
I don't like that tweet.
Well,
I like it.
but I wanted to talk about the discourse he was having with Diario. I don't see Nicholas Diario's comments in there anymore.
Oh,
Really? I think Nicholas Diorio got fucked because when you but this is the thing, like they were weaponizing
They're not there.
the whole like the way it looks to be an RSO and ignoring the situation. It's like, yeah, it sucks to have all this stuff there. It sucks that this all happened.
Jeremy, you need to make your video because this Epic Mike tweet, he doesn't know why he's defending Jake the Viking. You actually defended Jake the Viking. This is what I don't. This is what I don't like.
I have
think
the
you need
Nicholas
to edit
Diorio
it.
stuff for him and
Okay.
Jake. I have to edit a bunch because I have the Delaware situation being exposed. I have the back and forth because now apparently we're canceling Jake the Viking, and then there was another one that I recorded that I still just need to edit all that stuff together. But I have the Nicholas Diorio stuff with Jake the Viking. I don't have the Epic Mike stuff. Let me pull up these because there we go.
Yeah, those comments are completely gone. The only reason I even wait, hold on. Mike.
What did Mike?
Oh, even Lady Gravemaster says it. Yeah, there you go. That's a good tweet from her.
What did Mike do?
He hit them.
What? Fucking Mike.
Why?
Why are you so gay sometimes? I love Epic Mike. I really do. But
I do too. I think Epic Mike is a shit ton of fun.
I love Epic Mike. He's too nice.
I think he also might have just been getting tired because this whole situation.
He's too nice.
Well, the more Turkey Tom, I think at least he's not as bad as the others because he wasn't constantly like beefing and fighting with everybody. But Turkey Tom's still a piece of shit in this situation. But here, actually, before you share my screen, let me grab one more thing from Jake.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to get that initial comment that he posted about Delaware. Because that is this is a good comment. Okay, so I have it all pulled up. Let me.
Can't find it's only this one Diario comment though that got hidden.
Yeah,
all the rest of them are gone. Like there was a whole fucking thing. Like,
so Lady Gravemaster says it though. She says Jake wasn't using mrbeast shows or meetups to influence minors.
That's right.
And the real clout chasing would have been if Jake had thrown his brother-in-law under the bus and has been like, I said something, Jimmy should have done so too. I don't know if that's clout chasing though, but at least she says it though. Like Mike doesn't even he's like, well, he got convicted and so that's okay. And it's not, he's not accountable for that.
The whole idea is you got convicted and then you do your time.
So I have a question. At what point in time can an RSO go and get a fucking job?
Well, I said you can't have a job that involves children. You dig a fucking hole and you do drywall. You become an electrician.
I will agree. They do not need to be working at a daycare.
You can't. I don't think that should be illegal.
When it comes to the RSO, I will say Jimmy at least did it correctly. If you're gonna hire an RSO, you need to basically get the entire court transcripts. You need to find all the you need to do some work. Because you don't want to be high. And I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And that's why all these accusations and shit can ruin somebody's lives because people don't want to go through that whole process.
So Shock, question for you. If with Delaware getting these things expunged, does that change anything?
Oh, if it does get expunged? Yeah. Okay. I would say so because, again, my issue is Jake will tweet something kind of cryptic. Everyone will defend him and not quite know why they're defending him. And then later he'll lay out his actual statement and his actual stance on things. And then I will agree with that. That's what this is all getting confusing.
No, I disagree because if you share my screen, this was the tweet that Jake the Viking put out about Delaware. And I have his back and forth with Nicholas Diorio. This isn't cryptic or anything. This is this is straightforward.
Before this, though, people.
Oh, you're talking about the Jimmy New thing.
The Jimmy New thing?
Because
that's the only other thing that he tweeted.
When did this come out?
Not before this one. This one came out basically the day after all the Delaware stuff came out. So because the Delaware stuff came out late, basically midnight my time or just before midnight my time. That's when all that Delaware stuff.
Dogpack put out the
Okay,
second
but
video.
people don't mention the fact that he thinks his brother's innocent. They say
His
he's
brother-in-law.
not. His brother-in-law is innocent. They say he's not. Everyone keeps hammering he's not responsible for his brother-in-law's actions.
Everyone needs to keep in mind this all happened after the weekend pregame on Thursday.
Nice.
Yes, this all blew up after the weekend pregame. But you come right here. Here's the truth. Yes, Delaware is my brother-in-law. Yes, he was an RSO. When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him of and others of SA when she was 11. So doing the math, he would have been 16, 17 years old. She was 11. Okay.
Yep.
So 5 years difference.
Not
Delaware
good.
took a plea deal.
11.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
I
Not
was
good.
just
If
saying, not good. 11, 16.
Not good.
All that's bad, but you have to realize like 5 years later, everything came out. So he took a plea deal. A plea deal just means you're not going to fight it. You're taking the path of least resistance. And oftentimes when it comes to child crimes, plea deals really aren't that often on the table. And if they are, it's really weird to have a plea deal on the table and all this stuff like that. That's disturbing. Because the next part, that's why there was no jail time. He should have had jail time if it was easy to like convict. So even the other side knew it was going to be hard to convict, but Delaware obviously took the path of least resistance because you don't want to go with this shit. Your life's already kind of ruined. Normal people don't think of it like, let's just fight it to prove my innocence. You probably can't. That's how the legal system works. Yeah. But he still had to register. Yes. His nickname isn't Delaware because everybody thought he couldn't go to Delaware. Then we moved down here. He was hired before I was, and was actually the reason I got hired at mrbeast before getting hired. Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew. But again, this incident happened in 2010. Delaware was hired 2017, 2018. So that's 2010 is when the 16-year-old accused him. That means this event took place in about 2005, 2006. And I'm giving that little generosity there because I don't know key details. Nobody had a cell phone back then. Nobody thought to actually like catalog their entire life unless you're Brett Kavanaugh.
Well, yeah, we had cell phones, but they were not like what they are now.
Yeah, they're not able to record everything and do all that
shit.
stuff. Like it's not the same world. So you have to think this stuff through at a little bit different pace. So when Jake's like saying, hey, he was accused, they were accusations, we don't even know, and all it takes, even back then, all it takes is one person saying the right thing at the right time to somebody, and you have no way to defend yourself. Your life is over. You're fucked. That's why I'm so critical about accusations, and I like to see evidence on everything all the time.
Yeah,
that's my position. That was going to be
Still
my
waiting
position
on Dr.
on
Disrespect evidence.
That's why I want to see that evidence, because I want to know. I'm an evidence-based guy. So when you have all this is what I'm working on.
So I like this tweet, Dermy. This is what I'm talking about. So here's the actual confusion. Keemstar did his Jake's a Clown video at 9 a.m. Everybody reacted to the 9 a.m. Keemstar video saying he's been processed already. He's been convicted. He's not responsible for the actions of his brother. That was the defense that people had. An hour later, this came out saying like, no, he was accused. My brother-in-law is innocent. No one was actually arguing he was falsely accused and the brother innocent. They were arguing but he's convicted. He's not responsible for his brother's, actions. That is the argument that I don't like. And then I see Jake actually say this, and I'm like, well, how come no one's championing this tweet and what he said here? Because this is an actual. You are. I'm saying you are, but I'm saying the tweets that I have seen of people defending Jake the Viking, it's over his brother-in-law's actions or not his actions. You can't blah blah blah.
So wait. So real quick. What time? Because how Twitter works, it gives you the time that it dropped for you, your Pacific time. So what time was it again? That
9 a.m. would be 11 for you.
Okay, 11.
Yeah, so 11 for me. This came out at about So they were like almost an hour difference.
Yes. So 8 a.m. It's for me. It says 8 a.m. Keem dropped the video, and then Jake the Vikings was 10. Wait, hold on.
And then one of the things that people need
10
to
a.m. for
remember
me.
about Jake the Viking, he's not an early riser like some other people. So
Yeah.
he was probably asleep when all this was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up and immediately posted this. That's probably what happened, and he might have worked on this a little bit to make sure it flew.
I said that's not a tweet you just put out without fucking going over and over.
Jake's been kind of keeping his cards close to his hand, which is totally fine. But you got people defending him, and it's kind of noteworthy that they don't know why they're defending him until this came out, where I can actually start to defend him.
But it's like
that's you know what, that's fair, but also Shock. The people that are defending, like Epic Mike and Jake the Viking are bros.
Yeah.
Same with that. Listen, this was going down yesterday, and this was one of my big topics. I did not want to bring it up around Beardo because they're all friends and stuff. I don't want to do this around these guys.
That's totally fine. I get that, but that's why your take doesn't like. I don't view it as trustworthy because you're friends with him and you're willing to find any way to defend him versus actually like talking about what his actual defense is. Jake the Viking's defense for Delaware is not what, at the time they were fine. People find ways to defend the people they like, and I don't like that stuff. And I also don't like Keem stirring the pot. You know what I mean? Like
I hate Keem stirring the pot right now.
I know.
And sending his little goons out there is being very pathetic because here's all this shit that came out. August 9th. So this all happened the next day. Tom tweets this out. And by the way, they did not actually have confirmation that Jake the Viking and Delaware knew each other at all until Jake the Viking said something. They were just going off of circumstantial evidence at the time. They didn't know, and they were still running with it. But so you have Turkey Tom tweet this out. Jake the Viking constantly tweeting about how Mr. Beast knew about Chris Tyson being a creep, only for it to come out his own brother-in-law who worked for Mr. Beast is a literal SO, which Jake knew is so effing funny. And I'm sitting here like, Jake hired him. Why does it matter that he was an SO right now? Especially after the whole like defense and stuff. Why is this funny to you? And it's also funny coming from Turkey Tom, because if you watch his video on the Chris Tyson stuff, one, Tom also calls her she and is honestly kind of sweeping. He's laying out the situation, but he's doing everything in his power to talk about everything else but Chris Tyson.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. I understand that like black and white, like this, like the Tom tweet or whatever, like it makes it sound really terrible and it's a news headline article. I want to like Jake the Viking. I love Geeks and Gamers. I find it disgusting that they have to find a reason to defend him, and that reason was he's not responsible for his brother-in-law's actions. Like, I thought that was hypocritical. No, I thought that was gross. I thought that was hypocritical. But if he came out and said, no, he was accused and he's a good man and he didn't do these things, that is something to champion behind. Because if his brother actually was an offender and he was working with kids, that is a huge hypocritical argument for what we're calling Chris Tyson out for. And that's disgusting, and he shouldn't be working with kids. But from the beginning, if he said he's innocent, he didn't do that stuff, I totally can get behind that.
I think part of it is here. I'm going to open up Jake the Viking.
I think all this Jake the Viking stuff is just going for scalps.
It is just going for scalps.
That's why I keep using the term character assassination, because we're getting confused with just shitting on people and the actual facts that we're upset about. And we're upset that Mr. Beast isn't going to have any accountability for any of this crap.
Wait. So
hold on. You know what? We're well past the 1 o'clock.
We're well past everything. Let me just do this, because the Jake the Viking thing is just all over the place. You know what? You're right. It is just hunting.
I really want to go over the Weddle stuff. I
want to go over the Weddle stuff, because Jake the Weddle's fucking shit is more proof that people are just going for fucking scalps.
Yeah. And his girlfriend.
God damn.
I understand people hate Keem, but he does get some facts, and it's I don't know. You know
well,
what I mean?
so
he's a reliable source of information, so I will always give him
reliable normally, but this Mr. Beast stuff. I'm becoming more and more convinced he's getting paid off.
So
it's not making sense on what he's doing.
Keem's thing is drama, and the way you get into the drama algorithm is being first, and it takes time for Keem to get his ducks in a row.
I'm willing to entertain more that he stays in the middle, accuses him, and gets more clicks. I'm much more willing to entertain that than him just being paid.
My thing with Keem right now is, especially with the whole downvote situation, that stuff just, how can you keep getting this so wrong and just take everything at face value when everybody else that did that downvote stuff and looked at that downvote stuff started going like, this doesn't make sense. It usually works like this. And then even the upper echelon video even dug deeper.
Asmongold
started seeing a bunch of fucking shit. Asmongold, upper echelon, they started seeing a bunch of fucking weird shit going on there that wasn't adding up. But Keemstar just took it and ran with it. Go like, yeah, it's inaccurate. And now everybody thinks that the whole thing's inaccurate when it's like, no, every other time it's super accurate. It's either super accurate, slightly off. One of the two. It's never this drastically off. Oh, God, I just noticed the Green Day thing in the background.
And he's wearing a Green Day shirt.
Yeah, he looks
Wednesday
like that,
with Weddle.
sure.
So, we're going to get to know Weddle really well because I pretty much want to watch the rest of this video. We're at the 8 minutes, 9 second mark. The Viking stuff starts getting interesting at 8:30.
No, this is a different video altogether.
This is the second one.
No, this is the reason I left mrbeast.
Yeah, this is the one that just came out the other day.
No, the one that.
Oh wait, no, fuck.
The Jake the Viking one is the one.
Hey,
Jake
welcome back to
the
the
Viking
channel.
versus Jake the Weddle.
Right.
That's the real one.
Yeah.
801.
This is a different T-shirt.
Yeah, 801.
Yep,
is
I got
it. Time. Are you playing it?
You know, if we're gonna, he said, she said, that's totally fine, because we're both just saying things. So that's what I said, and that's what he said. But Viking did confirm that Jimmy was aware.
Oh wait, no.
And also Jimmy's mom was aware. We didn't have to bring Sue into this. But here's the thing about Viking, here's my response, kind of generally, and these are feelings I had, and I held my tongue, Viking, because you weren't in my crosshairs. Okay, I had bigger fish to fry. All right, but if you insist, let's talk about Viking. Off the bat.
What do you mean if he insists? All he did was put out that giant tweet after Keem came after him saying, "Hey, this is what the deal is."
Off the bat, this makes me hate Jake Weddle and all this stuff. We're only aligned right now because of one thing, but even right now, I'm like, I kind of want to just take a shit on your head.
Yeah, dude,
and not in a second manner.
Oh God! Hey, it's a different Green Day poster. And he's got a Scott Pilgrim thing up there. He's updating his background.
Oh, so his shirt says, I
know.
I read it earlier. It's like something for all, money
for all. It says college for all, Medicare for all.
I can't make
something else for all.
Jobs for all. I can't make up the last one, but fuck him. But here we go.
Transphobic, so fuck that. Just first of all, I'm sure.
So yeah, right off the bat, he's just calling it Jake the Vikings
transphobic, and then his logic
doesn't provide any fucking receipts. You're just gonna go out and fucking make accusations.
And here's the thing. It's like looking into a mirror universe when you get the next part, because it's so the next part of this is so like he's right, but for all the wrong reasons, and your evidence is completely backwards for reality. So it's a fucking mirror universe, and it hurts my head.
I know. Answer correct. Math is way fucking off.
So listen to his thing.
I back it up just a hair.
Yeah.
I had bigger fish to fry. All right, but if you insist, let's talk about Viking. Off the bat, transphobic. So. Fuck that. Just first of all, I'm sure a lot of you saw my previous Ava Tyson video. That was before I found out some stuff and couldn't run to dogpack fast enough. But in that video, I talked about the hypocrisy between people who give these people a pass for doing something awful and these people not a pass for doing the exact same awful thing. The only difference is these people are LGBTQ. That's the only difference.
Oh my God,
no. Oh my God.
It's so backwards, you fucking retard.
So
we
backwards.
call everybody out. Yes, there's people that defend people all the time, but
Bro,
guess what?
Dermy, we are infighting
in this
right
situation,
now.
It's something different.
We are infighting right now. These people are part of fucking cults, dude. Like they have no idea what we think.
Wait,
or
hold
what
on.
opinions we
Hold
have.
on. Hold on. I thought he was talking about people not talking about Tyson.
No,
He's not.
No,
he's talking about people not
No.
talking about Jake.
he's talking about how Jake the Viking is defending his brother-in-law, but going after Ava. Kind of like, so take our situation, okay? Take the logical thing. People not
I
talking
understand
about
what's
Chris
happening now.
Tyson, but
It's worse
everybody
than I
wants to
even thought it
drag
was.
Dr. Disrespect through the water or through the mud.
Uh-huh.
That's his whole
Right.
thing. But he's reversing it and saying everybody always goes after the LGBTQ. Nobody ever goes after these guys. And it's like reality says differently, buddy.
Doctor Disrespect.
You're absolutely right.
We're all shitting
For
on
me,
Doc.
when you said looking into the mirrored universe, you are 100%
Yeah, dude.
spot on.
Is it? Hold on. Are they just that delusional, or are they just willingly
Yes.
projecting this shit? Like, you know
I
what?
think
I'm
they're
just
that
gonna
I
fucking.
think he's that delusional.
That's very nice of you.
He's calling Jake the Viking transphobe. Why are you calling him a transphobe? What's transphobic about it? Well, he's being a hypocrite. How is he being a hypocrite? Well, he's defending his brother-in-law. Well, his defense of his brother-in-law was it was an accusation, and since it was an accusation, he took a plea deal. Obviously, had to plea out guilty. That's how that whole system works. He has served his time. He is about to be expunged. As far as Jake the Viking knows, he's always been a good a good man, rightful for defense. He's going to defend his.
Well, he
brother.
said there are straight up accusations, and I believe
these
that
were
he's
just
innocent.
straight up.
Yeah,
But like when you lay it out there, that's why he's doing that. When you flip the script though to Ava, you take a look. Okay, accusation here, evidence to support accusation. Accusation here, evidence to support accusation. Accusation here, evidence to support accusation. Also, sexual assault allegations that constantly start looking like yes, he is being even more creepier. Things just keep piling up over time, and there's no logical way to defend this stuff other than you're defending pedos. So like. And I've looked at all the evidence. That's how it kind of plays out. But let's take it to another situation. Dr. Disrespect versus Chris. As of right now, Dr. Disrespect is in the creep category, bordering on get into the wood chipper.
Predator.
I need to see what was said in those tweets. Messages back and forth. I need that evidence before I can, because I'm an evidence-based guy. I would have given the same leniency to Ava if we didn't have all the DMs and everything constantly starting to drop over and over and over again. It's like, well, wood chipper, because it's just that's just how it works. When the evidence starts coming out on either side, I'm gonna call it out.
I'm gonna say the very first thing that came out about Chris Tyson was evidence.
Yes.
And
yeah.
And he deleted all of his tweets like a couple days before this all happened.
Everything has been evidence to back up the accusations. On the Dr. Disrespect side, there was no evidence until Doc decided to open his big mouth.
Yeah, it was all speculation.
Bro,
and it's not that he opened his big mouth. I appreciate what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He sacrificed himself.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little bit of respect to coming clean.
I think it's remorse. I think he
and it happened so long ago, and Dr. Disrespect has done what everyone knew how he cheated on his wife, and this all happened at around the same time as all of that. That includes with the trans thing and all of that stuff that had come out. It was all during Dr. Disrespect's gooning phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he had pulled himself out of this sexual addiction and he was trying to do whatever it was that he's doing, just focusing on shit that he needs to be focusing on. And then this all happens, and he probably still has a lot of shame from that. And that's why he made the tweet that effectively killed his career.
Yeah.
Do
you think it fully killed it though?
I think if he drops the messages back and forth, or depending on how bad they are, he can come back.
There's a lot
He
of people
better
who are
have
not gonna
something
forgive him, and
prepared, bro.
There's a
I
lot
don't-
of people that can't forgive him, and I don't blame him. But I'm always an evidence-based guy. I want to see the evidence.
I
need
have to see
evidence.
it before I make that
Yep.
extreme.
And people don't
Judgment,
like me having this position on life because they want me to condemn everybody. It's like I can't do that.
I know.
But he himself admitted
I know.
guilt. Like he felt
He admitted
guilty
guilt.
enough to
That's-
say he's guilty versus being like, look at the tweets or look at the whispers, bro. Like they're not that bad. It's just a joke. Or
Heck.
or she was 17. Like there's some sort of like proof like that. But no, I was like, nah, I did something.
Hey,
I
you
stopped
wanna
it before
know-
bad happened. It's like, okay,
wanna know
admitted you're
something?
guilty.
Even
What?
the Nick Rekieta stuff, I was willing to defend him until the evidence
Yeah.
started piling up.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yep. Same. That's most of us.
All right, let's keep watching this borderline psychopath.
Oh God, it just keeps going. It's like put it on 1.5.
I will do 1.25
You're gonna kill yourself.
because he
That's
talks fast
quality.
as it is.
Yeah.
But he just rambles. That's the problem.
I know.
Is it's okay when these people do it, but not when these people do it, and that's dumb. That's dumb. It's just dumb. That's okay. That's okay. It's dumb.
hate
And that's
this.
me
This is
being
the
nice.
worst.
It could be malicious. You're not being malicious, are you? Let's just say.
Fucking hate you.
I want to.
I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah. In Minecraft, I want to shit on his face while you punch him on the face. How about that?
Deal.
And then I'll
Ew.
piss on him. Listen,
Take a
he,
beat.
I
he's
may
being
like
that
that
guy.
actually.
But
Stop,
he just
stop,
rambles.
stop. No. We're not going down that fucking rabbit hole.
He's got a Green Day poster, bro. What you mean?
And Scott.
Let's just keep going because I just.
I
wanna
like
finish
Scott
it.
And I think that's Assassin's Creed back here. Maybe.
Whatever.
Like, okay, come on. Viking has different political beliefs than you. That's okay. Well, let's.
Now that
Who
was
was
a statement. No one was talking about political beliefs
No one's fucking talking about that.
until this fucking moment.
I don't
dude.
even know what his. Well,
You
he's a bad
just-
guy, yeah, but
sold yourself out.
he
This
sure
is
did.
because you don't like him because he has different political beliefs.
'Cause Orange
one
Man
was
bad.
fucking saying that.
It all
Well,
comes
that's-
down to
that's-
Orange Man
That's
bad.
the whole thing. Well, no, he said that with the initial comment. He's transphobic.
Yeah,
That
How is
too.
he transphobic.
Yeah,
but
It's all about
so-
political beliefs here.
but you
Everything
can
here is about
hide.
political beliefs, and that's why I hate this so much. It's like, no,
But in this statement here, he says everyone says that Weddle doesn't like him because they have different political beliefs. No one was fucking saying that. I did not see anyone saying that.
I didn't care. I was
No,
assuming
it didn't matter.
Mhm.
most of these people right now, I'm assuming I have different political beliefs. Then guess what?
I knew he had
don't
different
give a
political
fuck.
beliefs after the first video came out. And I was like,
Nathan-
whatever. I'm interested in what this guy has to say.
Okay, Nathan W. has painted fingernails. The other fucktard that worked for Mr. Beast said that more things were going to come out that was in his fucking car. That video is kind of long gone. I don't know what else he was talking about. He looked like a fucking lefty, like some soy boy thing. Weddle looks like a soy boy. Dogpack looks like a soy boy. They all look. Wait, guess what? I don't care. Right now, we're actually kind of aligned until this fucktard.
Mhm.
Yeah, none of it mattered. None of that shit mattered. I don't care. I don't care where you put your dick. I don't care where you put your fucking ballot. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's not going to make me fucking affect you bringing interesting information to the light. I'm all for that no matter who the fuck you are.
The ballot thing is kind of complicated right now because the other side doesn't have a political party at the moment.
Politics just don't fucking
I
matter
don't
in
have
this
a political
situation.
party
He's the
at
one
the
that
moment.
just
What are you
brought it
talking
up.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Listen, before, when I was making sure I just had my story heard, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to say my piece, and I really, really just hoped that I had the ability to do so.
I shit you not. You're
And I wanted to do that
on 1.5.
in a way that was authentic and kind, and I just the people who needed to see it and feel
I'm
it.
sorry, I don't
and
believe
resonate
you're
with it.
authentic.
Nah,
Because
he's an actor.
He's an actor. I'm honestly after this I started thinking, even during that video, because some of the moves that he was doing, I'm thinking he was forcing himself to cry.
I think his emotions are real. I think he's a little bit of a bitch.
Well, that could also be true. He's either a bitch
That-
or
that-
he's
that
forcing
happened.
himself to cry. One of the two.
And that's what I wanted, and that's great. But again, I had dear friends that worked over there that I always wanted to make sure that I didn't want to endanger the jobs of people I cared about. Because even though I
Because you already caught
vehemently
someone else
disagree
there.
with their business model and how they make
To be
money
fair,
and how
yeah.
the content works, I cared about my friends more. And after I did what I did,
Did you?
I did lose some friends, and that's okay. But I need you guys to know, they were the only things holding me back from going from full Drake Bell to Cat Williams. So
What the fuck
if
does
I've
that
lost those
mean?
friends,
It's a comedy thing. It's a comedian thing. He's
Isn't Drake Bell
this
that got,
is clout.
didn't Drake Bell get kicked in the ass by somebody?
I think he meant DEAR.
Well, probably one of them identified as a deer. I'm just
Maybe.
knowing the people that they're around. Jesus Christ.
Nice one, Timon.
Biscottios, let's get pimpin'. That's what Cat Williams says, honey. That's a Cat Williams thing. Viking is not a good guy, and that's just an opinion based on his actions
don't
and my
have to
eyeballs. One of the things that didn't make it in the documentary, one of my dear friends who I believe I lost, the same guy who did the war crime joke, which turned out to not be a joke.
Or
He got
war
injured
crime.
at Mr. Beast, and that's because of Viking and Jimmy when we were
Wait, pause
doing
it,
that grandfather
pause
mount.
it, pause it. The war crime joke that turned out to be a war crime. So the whole war crime thing, war crime joke that turned out to be a joke. I don't know.
So that was back from the interview.
So
where
was it a joke the entire time, or was it real?
So someone made a joke. His buddy who was working on the video with him, made a joke about the lights thing being a war crime, and then someone supposedly did some sort of investigation about that being a war crime. It's actually not. Having people being
Well,
sleep deprived is considered a war crime, but leaving the lights on, dude,
It's a mixture of things.
I could if I'm tired, I can fall asleep. I fell asleep during Jurassic Park 2.
So
the
there's
movie
two
theater.
things. There's two things that make it a war crime. That one part was reached, the other part really wasn't reached, and it's being secluded in a white room with lights on at the whole time, not being able to see day-night cycles or know what time it is. That is the problem.
The not being able to see day night cycles is a thing. Yeah, no access to a clock or
The
any
other
of that.
part is you can sleep, but to make it the full-fledged war crime is depriving you of sleep. Now, if Mr. Beast was constantly coming in there and waking you up, maybe, but he
Yeah.
had the ability
Oh,
to fall
for sure.
asleep. He had the ability to make his area dark. He says that it wasn't the exact room that everybody was going around working. His room was much worse. Did you have blankets? Did you have something? Because fun fact, I don't have a blanket near me. I like to fall asleep with my TV on. Sometimes the scene's very, very bright. I have sheets and stuff that I wrap my head around, and then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I find a way to fall asleep all the time.
I can fall asleep under any. If I'm tired, I can fall asleep under any fucking.
Bro, I slept at work this week. I just put my feet up on my desk. And
I
I was,
almost fell asleep on the fucking devil
I've done that
show
too.
with lights beating down on me. So yeah, it's easy to fall asleep.
well,
You just
but
fucking-
like the job description is, hey, we do wacky viral stuff for clicks. Are you willing to willingly harm yourself so
So,
we can get a lot of views? And I'll
Hayden-
pay you a lot of money.
Hayden, I don't know about the being held against his will part. I don't know.
He's not
how
against his
accurate that-
will.
So here's the thing. I don't know how accurate all of that is because there's mixed evidence because some people are conflating the second game with his game, and he probably could have left at any time. But the other thing that was being employed was a bunch of psychological tactics that you can leave, but you won't get the money. You can leave,
Yeah.
but then the show's not going to be good. Like psychological trickery that probably did. And he's a fucking retard as it is. So you have things like that. He definitely could have left, but I think the psychological manipulation was getting employed on him hard.
But like that's his job though. Like, is a stuntman gonna sue like a movie studio for being like, hey,
Yeah.
you're supposed to jump off the ramp with your motorcycle. Yeah, but that's scary and dangerous. Yeah, but it's really cool and we're gonna pay you a lot of money. Whoa, but you're bribing me with money to harm myself. That's your job.
And to be fair, in this video at the very beginning, he said, because a lot of people were saying you signed on for this was in your contract. He specifically said there was no contract. They were just
So
manipulating me.
cash,
So it's-
more cash. Well, that's
So
on
there
you.
is like there is some stuff, and we're gonna freak on Saturday. Hopefully, I have a lot of fucking work I gotta get done before Saturday.
All right, let's listen to more. I want because we have to get to the end of this because
Yeah, what?
there's some great stuff at the end.
I couldn't even get to the end.
I was the director on that video. Was Pizza Mike fake? Kind of. But Pizza Mike was the funniest thing to come out of the writer's room, and that still made it in, okay? Pizza Mike is a comedian who used to work at Domino's. He still had the uniform. And was it a bit? Yes, it was. But it was funny, and he actually climbed that mountain while holding a pizza. Though, have you ever climbed the mountain while holding a pizza? Pizza Mike did. All right.
Back to the all over the fucking place.
Yeah, this is why I had to skip through it so much, and that's
Yeah.
why I said 2 times speed.
All right. I'll do
1.5
one
is
and a
better.
half.
Yeah,
Not 2
1.5 is
times.
better.
Talks really fast though, but says nothing. So it's
Yeah.
All over the place. There's a reason I have tabs for when I do videos. It's to help center me again.
AP Pizza Mike. On that shoot, when we all woke up the next day, I had to go into a car with Jimmy and go home with him, and then everybody else had to stay behind and clean up, which left Jake the Viking to do that, and 2 other people, and my good dear friend who I had lost. And Viking said, fuck that. Let's just throw all of this over the side of the mountain.
Wait a minute. Pause
You know.
it. You were gone. So how do you know that Jake the Viking said, fuck that, throw it all over the side of the mountain? And how do you know that Jake the Viking was still there and not trying to clean it all up? You weren't there.
I rewound it 10 seconds. Let's hear that again.
Which left Jake the Viking to do that, and 2 other
no, just a few more.
holding a pizza. Though, have you ever climbed the mountain while holding a pizza? Pizza Mike did. R.I.P. Pizza Mike. On that shoot, when we all woke up the next day, I had to go into a car with Jimmy and go home with him, and then everybody else had to stay behind and clean up, which left Jake the Viking to do that, and 2 other people, and my good dear friend who I had lost. And Viking said, fuck that. Let's just throw all of this over the side of the mountain. You know, like littering.
Why are
in
you
a
pinning
national
this
park.
on Jake the
And
Viking? Why are you
Well,
pinning
yeah,
on Jake the
that's
Viking?
that's
There was 3 other people there.
because that's what someone else told him. Just like how someone else told him that Delaware was named Delaware because he wasn't allowed to go to Delaware anymore.
Yeah, that was all that he legitimately says that was what fucking water.
There's a lot of hearsay, and he kind of admits that. He says all I'm talking about is the information that I'm privy to, and so all he's doing is going off of what other people have told him.
The only legitimate information I think this guy
very
has
little
is
firsthand perspective coming from him.
the proof that the videos were fake, and then what happened during his seclusion thing, where there's more debate around that one that I do find interesting. That does paint Mr. Beast and crew in a bad light.
A good dear friend who I kept saying was one of the good people over there said, "You're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that." And Viking said, "Watch me," and he did it. And I don't. It's kind of impressive
good
to be able to
friend is
litter
the one that told
over
all this to you.
Yeah.
So again, you have no proof, just hearsay from a guy who doesn't even like you anymore.
Your friend's dog walker's barber told him that.
And then, like the next part about this, I don't know if Jake the Viking is the one that did this. I don't know, but then the next part of this, yeah, that sucks. We need more information, and I don't want to say Jake needs to say his piece, but just say your piece because this makes no sense.
This doesn't matter in anything about.
It doesn't matter. That's why it's so bullshit.
This is him fucking.
This is so off center.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to smear Jake the Viking when it's like, but he wasn't the problem until you guys made him a problem.
This is him. Yeah, this is just him just trying to smear Jake the Viking and clout chase.
Wait. Actually,
and we will get to the biggest clout chase at the end of this video because holy fuck, I can't believe he does what he does.
is it just me, or does this happen every fucking time we have like big drama events that could actually lead to possible change, or like there's interesting stuff going on, like things happening, and then fucktards like this get involved and they start trying to redirect everything to other fucking things. So then they're like, well, now we need to do this, now we need to do this, now we need to do this, and it's like, dude, you just ruined everything. Nobody cares about the main thing anymore because you're wanting to talk about this, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's almost like they psyop themselves.
Yes, that's what's happening. The Jake the Viking shit doesn't matter. Why are we bitching about it?
Because maybe it's because they just want another skull to add to the pile. They're trying to get everyone that they can. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Jake the Viking has nothing to do with any of the terrible deeds of things happening to alleged things happening to minors. Jake the Viking has fuck all to do with any of that.
And Viking said, "Watch me," and he did it. And it's kind of impressive to be able to litter over 2 miles worth of litter in one fell swoop. That's very impressive, Viking. But my friend gathered up all the stuff he could, everything he had the capacity to carry, just to make sure there was just that much less litter. And that's a really good thing to do. And even though it still got littered,
what he just did, there's a term for that. It's not virtue signaling, but there's a term for that.
It's emotional manipulation.
Well, yeah, it's an emotional appeal to a debate that he says 2 miles of litter. But I don't give a shit about that. But he fucking said 2 miles of litter. Okay, dude.
And Hayden, I agree. The thing that matters is he's just making a video that people are talking about. He's clout chasing.
Yep.
But there is
more effectively than his ex, at least.
That's true.
Well, you mean Dr. Beast's ex?
Dr.
Beast?
Mr. Beast, whatever.
Dr. Beast.
Yeah, Jimmy's ex. I don't even
That's Mr. Beast after hours.
No, not going there either.
he carried everything he could down the mountain, and he broke his ankle. And he had to get helicoptered off the mountain, because that's what happens when you break your ankle on a mountain. And you know what they said to him? They said, you were carrying too much stuff, right? Yes, he was. Because that guy's a saint. So, thanks, Viking, for confirming everything I said. Sorry about the discrepancy on whether or not that's why they call him that, but that was his nickname. So if they call him that for another reason, please tell me. And I also want to touch a little bit about the PI thing, the private investigator thing. Again, I mentioned this in my last video. Dogpack posted that one of his inside sources was claiming that they were publicly sent. He didn't know any of that. He just told me as a friend, and that should double confirm both of these instances. Just know that's what's happening. And the reason I'm stuck on this, right, is because if you think it's okay to dig up dirt on somebody, and what is dirt? Is it somebody at their worst? You know, maybe somebody who's struggling, somebody who's making a mistake. You know, and I have empathy for that.
Isn't that what you guys are doing to Jake?
Isn't that exactly what
that's exactly what you're fucking doing? Oh my god.
That's what you just did to Jake in Delaware. Like, whatever happened to Delaware, that you guys are smearing him for not wanting to talk, for not talking about somebody.
You don't accidentally divorce your wife before you increase stakes in the company that you own. You know what I mean? That's not a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
There's 2 statics.
We're so far off when it's supposed to be the thing right now that we're talking about every other thing that doesn't matter when it should be Jimmy, Ava, Ava, Mr. Beast, Jimmy, Ava, Mr. Beast. Why is everything else coming in?
Now we keep saying we're so far off, but we're not far off. He's the one far off. We are here to talk about this dipshit. Okay.
But when I say we, I mean like not the royal we, but altogether the people that do talk about this situation and stuff. They're so far off what the target is now that nothing makes sense. And it's like, don't go back there. Go back there. Why are we here? Go back there.
How you doing, Fractured?
Doing good. Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear you.
Hang on. There we go.
I can't hear you.
My noodle wasn't expanded.
He's speaking and I can't hear him.
I know what I said.
God damn it!
I don't know.
You're retarded.
I was static. I was trying to do a thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
Static already ruined it for you.
But the reason why your thing didn't work is because you're running a bit of a different setup right now. So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Fuck you.
So I was summoned.
Yes. Have you seen any of this video?
No.
It's
What is
insane.
it,
You're gonna get to see the best part.
Yay!
And so okay, rundown of this video. This is Jake Weddle, the guy that did the whole thing on the Mr. Beast Warcraft, whatever debates there to be had. We went over his attack of Jake the Viking, which boiled down to Jake the Viking's a transphobe
Timon.
and is a hypocrite because he's talking about Chris Tyson, but wasn't talking about Delaware, even though he talked about Delaware and Delaware wasn't relevant until Jake Weddle made him relevant, and Jake the Viking didn't hire Delaware. That was Mr. Beast that hired him, and we're all hypocrites because we're talking about Ava and not any other person that's not trans or LGBTQ that are harassing kids and stuff.
So basically, typical internet telephone bullshit. That's everything is getting crossed.
Oh, he also said that
Oh,
we're all
no.
just the bad thing is we
Telephone
all
is
have
bad.
different politics, and that's why we're not doing
okay.
it.
The telephone that I had the problem with Fractured was Keem made a video stirring shit, right? Where it was
That's what
like
Keem does.
Yeah, so Jake the Viking's the clown. People were defending Jake the Viking, saying he's not responsible for his brother-in-law's like convictions, and he was already convicted, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. And I said, well, I don't like that. That's a really shitty defense. But literally an hour later, Jake comes out and he says, no, these are accusations. Like, my brother-in-law is a good guy. This is bullshit. And I was like, well, you should have just waited an hour and then you had an actual reason to defend him. So this is so messy, and I don't like the both side shit.
Well, that's what.
Well, this is the problem when you go into the whole reactionary bullshit thing, is that you don't let things settle. You don't let let all the everything come out, and all the evidence or all the information that you need to make a proper. This is why I don't jump on things too much anymore or at all. It's like I'll wait and see when shit actually has progressed out, or we got everything at the end of the line, and then they're like, okay, now I'll form an opinion on
you
this.
Accidentally admit that it's okay that your brother-in-law is a convicted offender and that he works at a company that advertises to children, instead of saying he's innocent and he was accused and he was an accused. He's not a sex offender. He's accused. Like that's I'm like, okay, that I can champion behind. Because that is bullshit. I hate accusations.
That pleaded guilty due to accusations. We don't have anything else to go off of. And
that was the argument.
And we went through a bunch of shit. That was a whole thing in and of itself.
And I won't lie. When I saw in the group chat, Weedle, I immediately my brain went to a Pokemon. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are we talking about Pokemon here? What's going on? What's this?
No, what we're talking about is a douchebag that honestly needs to. He needs fucking Vince McMahon to come in here and take good care of him.
Oh, it'd be mutual though.
Yeah, that's right. Shock's headcanon has this guy enjoying the Vince McMahon treatment.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that McMahon treatment. Oh, that treatment. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Who's the other douchebag YouTuber that has like the curly hair and the mustache? He talks about Disney a lot. I forgot his name. He reminds me of him.
You have to be a little more specific.
Strong 3PO.
That sounds like any old Jewish guy. Let's be real fair here. Curly hair, mustache, Disney.
You're gonna have to narrow it down a little.
All right, hold on. I remember one video I liked about him, Disney Iceberg, because he's like a liberal guy, and he's like, how crazy are crazy for Disney? Like, I like Disney, but there's some weirdos out there.
Static. You remember, again, going back to Kirsch, we mentioned it, I think, on Thursday, the video of the guy talking about anti-intellectualism and it's on the rise, and that's what this guy just did.
Yeah,
Curtis
he did
Connor.
Anti-intellectualism and thinks he's being smart, and it's like, but no, you're not even thinking. You're not using your brain. You're just You're politicking and being propagandistic.
So yeah, what is happening is this guy is speaking emotional platitudes.
Ah, okay.
Curtis Connor is who he reminds me of.
So he's young.
Oh, I think I knew.
He's a young, bleeding heart leftist.
Oh God.
And
well, it says college for all, Medicare for all, jobs for all.
He's just giving his opinion on everything, while not providing any sort of receipts. He's just going off of his personal experience.
The billboard.
And what other people have said to him.
Yes.
Roger.
Also,
Well,
Shock, I heard that name. I've never heard of that name before you just said that.
Oh, really? Okay. He's like he's kind of like he's kind of like the male American version of Shoe on Head, but like he talks about culture and just normal YouTube videos. But then as things became more political, he kind of like willingly like, yeah, I hate if you're conservative and right wing, and just, like totally dove into like.
At least he's been honest.
Yeah, he was very. I was unsubbed. I was like, okay, so you hate me. All right, unsubbed. Fuck you.
Bye. Shoe on Head's pretty hot and base.
I love Shoe on Head.
Even if
Absolutely.
she's a leftist.
Well, her silence shows how like she doesn't agree with all this shit.
She's not
anymore.
a leftist. She's a weird liberal with part socialism.
She
but
wants
she hates,
to fuck
she hates
Bernie.
That's
it.
She's Canadian.
Yeah.
She just
She's
wants
Canadian.
to fuck Bernie.
What do you expect?
And she's hot.
Respect. And yeah.
Oh, she's Canadian. That's right.
She's Canadian.
There's some
she's a
things
filthy
out
leaf.
there. Yeah, she's a filthy leaf, and there's some images out there that
Yes,
they're
there are.
nice to look
Yes,
at.
there are. Yes.
We can talk about that later. Let's carry on.
That's the Rumble show.
That's
Called
the
Milk
Rumble
Ranch.
after show.
Milk Ranch.
I'll milk her ranch.
Snapshot of somebody at their worst and use it with no context for the purpose of discrediting people who are trying to do the right thing. That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross. I mean,
yeah.
They were trying to discredit Dogpack by saying he's on drugs. Well, I don't need.
Oh, he comes off like such a smarmy cunt.
I know.
Oh my god! And the Scott Pilgrim in the background doesn't help his case any either. What a
Please,
pig. Oh my
please
god.
tell me that you're gonna come out here and say that you use drugs. Please tell me. Please, if you say that, that explains a lot right now.
Here
Because
it comes.
the Dogpack one
He's
was
just coming
jokes.
out like such an entitled cunt. Oh my god.
PIs to have dirt. I have 2 eyes. That was off the dome. Don't smirk at me like that. So, James, or whoever hired those PIs, drugs is an interesting thing to discredit somebody on because you and I both know I've done drugs on set. You know, me and Ava, we were high as balls in one of those life hacks. The comments loved it. And I'm sure we don't want to talk about that HR thing that went poof, right? I saw your leaked, whoopsie daisies. You leaked something and it made you look good. No, you don't leak something makes you look good. Yeah, I'm sure Drake was like, oh no, everyone's saying my penis is huge. I didn't mean to leak my giant penis. Whoops. No, you were leaking that you were getting an HR team. Well, you had an HR team. So, and they made problems go poof. Now here's the
That's like.
Why would you admit
I don't know.
to doing drugs?
Because he was admitting that he was doing drugs on set with Ava.
But what's funny is like he makes a Drake joke about having a tiny penis, but he just did that with himself with like drugs. Yeah. He like literally draked himself.
You dumb
He
player.
does have a tiny penis.
Year later.
I can't. What the? Sleep says he looks like he has copies of Drake's schlong. Oh, well, yeah.
Probably. He was very open about his sexuality in the last video.
Yeesh.
They always are.
He's everything. Not just poly pan, like he's all of it.
So the wood chipper for him.
He
Okay,
watches all the
good to
Star
know.
Wars.
Good to know.
Well, no, not the wood chipper. He's
Oh no,
staunchly
I'm
against that.
standing by that.
He
deserves
wants
the
a
wood
hunt.
chipper.
He wants a chick pegging him, a black dude forcing something in his mouth, and another tranny doing other shit to him.
Again, wood chipper for him. Gotcha.
Got it.
Yeah, I now that I've got it paused here, I kind of wish this was the still I had for the thumbnail.
It's a good one.
You can always edit the thumbnail.
He's got the little
Yeah,
queef.
upgraded.
His hair is a little queef right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he does look like he.
Whatever's behind him, it looks like he has a shitty like rat tail thing coming off the back of his head.
Yeah,
he has a mullet.
It's a premature
Also, he
mullet.
does-
A shitty mullet.
It's a
It is a
faux
very
mullet
shitty-
type thing. Yeah.
Unless you can get that 80s power mullet going, fuck off.
Yeah.
That
Listen,
wrestler,
Nicholas
that full-on
Dior-
That's
wrestler
why I
mullet
said
sort of
he looks
thing.
like Curtis Connor because he's got like a full blown mullet.
I've been pissed off with some things Nicholas Diorio has said and done. The only thing I can legitimately agree with him, I would never want to sit down and listen to this guy's fucking comedy section.
No.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Now, here's the thing. I'm a leftist, right? So I think things like drugs
We know.
and sex work should be legal and regulated.
It has nothing
and
to
we
do with
shouldn't be throwing people in
leftism,
jail
by
for
the
those
way.
things. We should be, getting people.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, so I'm a leftist now.
Yes,
I don't know
no,
if
you're
about the sex. The sex work is a conversation to be had, but I think drugs should be legal. Yeah, sure, fuck it.
medical help and mental health but that's just me. That's just where I come from. Currently those things are illegal, which means they're not covered under NDA law because you can't. What do I know? I'm a stupid comedian, so I can talk about these things. If you're going to be a hypocrite.
You're not
And if
very
you're asking me
funny.
what my proof is,
No.
What was that?
I
just said, well, if you're a comedian, you're not very funny.
We've been laughing at him all day. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're supposed to
No,
laugh
he wants
with,
us to
not
be
at.
laughing with him. We're laughing at him.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, Timon, are you saying I should grow a mullet?
Are you bald?
Hayden says that they're all degenerate, and that's coming from a guy who watches VTubers. They're
What's
a
up,
degenerate,
Hayden?
and that's coming from me. And I'm a freak.
Oh, God.
You are.
VTubers are like
if you don't
so sane
know-
compared to the rest of the internet, man. Like really sad.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
That's saying something right there. Jesus Christ.
Well, that goes down to my opinion of like people who like put their like real face, their names, where they work on their social media. Like social media is so important to them versus just having like a cat or a Kyle Guitarn avatar and just wanting to have fun on the internet. Those people
You're
are
a
much more
copycat.
mentally
Think better, better.
sane, right? Than people who their life is their social media presence. Those are the
Right,
those are the
right.
psychos.
Hayden, I love you, buddy. I think we can both agree right now that Shock is saying everything wrong because we both have watched VTubers and they're not that sane. Love them.
They're
but
very
not
sane.
that sane.
Well, I'm not sane, so I guess that whatever.
That
It's-
is true,
there's a
Hayden. They are going to
scale.
be the only sane space, and that's sad.
Yeah, they
I only
are.
watch one. I only watch one VTuber.
You watch a
That's-
furry,
watch-
bro. You're only
watch-
interested in furries,
Look.
bro.
I don't
Wow,
watch.
That's
I
coming from the
listen.
puppy cat.
Yeah, I know, because you fetishize us. That's what it is.
Good God.
And to be fair, VTubers aren't furries. They're a Japanese thing in which an animal becomes human. It's different.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Potato,
Furries
potato,
are
buddy.
humans that want to be animals and want to fuck. The reverse is something completely different.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
They're animals that want to be humans that want to fuck.
Anyway, on to this day.
I say I have no idea what happened, but we're gonna keep
I
going.
don't know.
Let's do it.
I am from North Carolina. That's my hometown. That's my home. And when you're in my home, you see, you don't really know that when you guys think there's no cameras around or think you guys can be yourselves, you don't realize that you could be around any of my friends. I did stand-up in North Carolina for 10 years. I used to drive 5-6 hours just to do 5 minutes of stand-up, and I did it for free. Because when you love something, you do it for free. So it doesn't matter.
When you love something, you do it for free.
Are
but
you
when
doing
you're
this
good
for
at it,
free?
you get fucking paid.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the first thing I thought of when I heard that the first time. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, you do something you love for free, like on your own time or whatever. But when you're good at it, you get paid.
You get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're good at it, you taste yourself in the balls.
Dermy, you're really good at whoring yourself out. Yes.
You really is.
Very,
yeah.
very.
Where you are in North Carolina, when you guys make an ass of yourselves, people can't text me fast enough to tell me what you guys are doing in private. So I can talk about how you like to flex your bank account to people who you pay to be around, James. Let's talk about the definition of defamation. True or believed to be true, happened, or an opinion.
You have
So,
receipts.
yeah. I didn't.
You can say you know all this information, but do you have receipts? Do you have
No,
Wait,
we're
what?
just supposed to
screenshots? Do
believe
you
him.
have
lost.
anything? Do you want to say you have these text messages
My
and everything?
head
All right,
hurt.
fucking hand them over, brah. Come
My
on,
head's
come on,
hurting.
brah. Let's go. Let's go.
My head's
You want-
hurting. What? Why is
You wanna-
defamation a thing? Why did defamation come up? I'm so lost. What?
Because he's being accused of defamation from Mr. Beast.
Well, the same thing's happening to Dogpack, and I'll say I think Dogpack is not defaming him. I think there's actually like things going on there that
I think Dogpack might be in trouble.
I don't think so. Legal Mindset does have a good video on it. I haven't checked it out, but even he thinks Dogpack's in the clear.
I think
seeing
Dogpack
it from
needs
one
to be
side,
very
though.
careful moving forward.
Well, he's getting sued no matter what. It's
Yeah,
coming. So
probably.
Dogpack's just gonna lay it all out there and say, Jimmy, prove that it's all false.
So yeah, that kind of comes up.
didn't have to be this guy, right? Like I wasn't gonna dig up dirt to discredit you guys. You know, I have no money, I have no power. I was just speaking the truth. But you guys have money and power, and you have to really try really hard to discredit people. That's interesting. In North Carolina, my dirt is organic. And here's another thing.
No, fuck.
I forgot to say this, and I'm glad I waited till now. that my other good friend, don't worry, those two end the list. But my other good friend told me that when I got the money,
Names. Give me names.
Jimmy said, "Why is he mad? That's more money than he'll ever see in his life." I know how this guy thinks of the poor. I know how this guy uses the poor. Because that's what he thought of me. And that's why he did what he did. And listen, it's really important.
Oh, he thought you were
Yeah,
the poor.
this is just all a character assassination with no receipts or anything.
Well, we know, like, we do know that Jimmy does not care about poor people.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is I would not be surprised if Mr. Beast was a complete 100% asshole, narcissist fuck. That wouldn't shock me at all. It happens to a lot of people. And I want to say, you know what? It probably happens to every single person who's in their 20s and makes $1 million.
Yeah.
Oof. I can't
imagine,
bro. Yeah.
I think that would be really hard not to do. I think it would be really hard to not become a narcissist if you make $1 million before you turn 30.
Heck yeah.
I'll gladly make $1 million before I turn 30.
I'm not saying you shouldn't try and do that, but be careful.
Do you think the money or like everyone in your life just like demanding things from you because now you're rich?
I think it's the money. I do think it's the money. And when it comes to Mr. Beast, I am on the opinion that he's probably a psychopath and an evil person. But also you have to be very shrewd and in order to get big, you'd have to be shrewd, very cutthroat. I can credit him for that, but I don't like what he does for his content. Like his content is taking advantage of less fortunate people a lot of the times and using them for his own benefit. That does get scummy. And then I was okay with his charity work, and I can't say the actual like the fill-in.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't just go build wells and heal blind people all the time.
Yeah, but what he doesn't actually do that. He just goes to charities, gives them a bunch of money, and then goes away. That's what he actually does.
Yeah.
And he makes more money off the videos of him doing that than the money that he's giving. That's what I started.
Right.
I'm starting
But
to have,
you know what? At least if that was
scummy.
all he was doing, instead of the fake games, the like, like obviously enriching his friends and everything through all of this stuff. I mean, while making money on the top of it, you know what I'm saying?
Selectively.
Like everything videos aren't as big as an issue for me. It's gay, but
everything's gay right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. This whole situation is gay, and I do find everything that Jake, like Mr. Beast, does as scummy. It's nasty. It's disturbing. Don't be doing this. This is like actually taking advantage of people. But okay, there's other stuff too. Like that's just one. That's one thing on this mountain of shit.
And I was gonna say hi to Iron Oxide, but then he does this.
Well, I mean, you guys are pretty gay. Let's be fair.
Was
the last time you guys ate 56 donuts, huh?
Was June like the most straightest month of this year? Because July got gay, August is getting gay.
No way, you might be onto something.
Like, dear God.
Yeah. We need more people twerking at the Olympics.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I got plenty.
We need to get to the part. Hurry up, fuckface.
To scrutinize people who are coming forward with allegations against people. Because, yeah, sometimes people do have ulterior motives. And sometimes people do say things for clout, you know? But I promise you, if I was clout chasing, I'd still be at Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
You.
If he was clout chasing, he'd still be at Mr. Beast. Oh, buddy, if what Static told me is true, you're clout chasing hard. Doing the leftist shit, attacking Jake the Viking for literally nothing and just having different political opinions than you.
That's bullshit.
Come the fuck on.
Yeah.
And no one said anything about politics until he did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, usually people hide behind like cultural, social issues, and you know what they mean. But then he just straight up said it right after. God, dude.
I saw this shirt that says "College for All, Medicare for All" at the very beginning of this video, and I rolled my eyes and said to myself, "I still want to hear what he has to say."
Same.
You know,
I started the video, was getting bored, saw the shirt, was like, oh, God, I don't care.
I just be like, okay, I see where this is going.
yeah. I'm like, okay, what information does he have?
Well, it's like we already said it in Fractured, you weren't here. When it came to all these people coming out now talking about Mr. Beast and stuff, I'm assuming they all have different politics than me. and I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, even Jake the Viking and Keemstar probably agree a lot politically.
Yeah. Shocker!
Huh.
Wait. You mean people that have different politics can, one, be friends, and two, people with the same politics can disagree?
I know. It's weird.
Anyway, let's move on with this retard.
And here's the thing about a cease and desist. Once you send one, the next step is court. Or at least it's supposed to be, when you're in the legal right. But Dogpack received not one, but 2 cease and desists. 2 warning shots. That's interesting. Now, me personally, I would love to get a lot of stuff on the record. I would love to go through a discovery process, but I'm not going to send you guys a cease and desist.
What's that?
You got nothing, boyo.
So here's the thing. Cease and desist, they can send 1 to 2 cease and desists. That's perfectly fine. Those are the warning shots before they do send you to court. Just because they sent 2, that's not a big deal. They're going to send you to court. It's coming, buddy.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes the right move is to send 2 cease and desists to tell them that, yes, we are serious. We are going to send you to court. So the next piece is sending you to court. So it's, oh my God, they sent us 2. Why aren't they sending us to court? Oh, they're sending you guys to court. That's what 2 means.
Yeah. Then we sent the second one to show the courts that we warned them, and then we warned them again. And here we are.
Yeah, you're going to court, buddy.
Just wait. Just wait for it.
I have no money and no power, but just to let you guys know, this is a warning shot, and I do not send 2. Don't tell no lies about me, Dogpack, and Rosanna, and I won't tell no truths about 6 or 7 of you guys over there. And look, I'm a nice guy. You guys saw my video. I don't want to do this. I think this is gross. Genuinely.
And yet
the idea that you need to blackmail somebody to shut them up is disgusting. I'm not trying to shut anybody up. I'm trying to make sure everybody can talk. That's all I want. All of my First Amendment people, where you at? All of my anti-big corporate people, where you at? So because you guys are now getting a sense of who we're dealing with here, this is my call to action. WGA, hi, how you guys doing? I talked about you guys a lot at MrBeast. They didn't call? Interesting. How about I just say Adam Khan over in the mirror 3 times? Hopefully he'll pop up. But I want to talk to the WGA because YouTube is a platform I deeply, deeply, deeply care about.
I'm slowing it down.
Who the fuck is WGA?
Some big podcast or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I want there to be systems in place where the working people have protections. Leftist political streamers, fellas, you gotta stop glazing this man. He is literally the most capitalist person. You know, if you could.
Oh my God!
There it is.
So is he going to tell us that he's also not making money off of these videos that he's making?
Well, no, he does. It's not about the money for him.
Yeah. And speaking of glazing, he's getting glazed in the fucking comments.
Yeah.
Big time.
His ass is glazed.
He wouldn't mind.
I looked through those comments. Oh my God, he's getting glazed. Holy fuck.
Still thinking about donuts, Jeremy?
I brought it up last night.
I'm the bad guy donut holes.
Oh yeah.
I'm the bad guy for putting 2 and 2 together about glazed donuts and sex. So I'm the bad guy. Fuck.
Anyway.
All right. It gets better.
Oh boy. Let's go.
Go back and kill baby Hitler? Well, copy paste baby Jeff Bezos. Baby Bezos. Bezos. He exploits the poor to get rich. And the second it doesn't serve him anymore, he's done. Okay? God, if you're still trying to get, the plug, stop. If you're
That's not capitalism, fuckface.
Yeah. That is your crony corporatism.
That's not even corporate. That's fucking that's someone being an asshole. That's a douchebag.
Yeah,
that's a fucking narcissist.
This is all asshole.
Jeff Bezos?
Maybe a sociopath. No. He was calling Mr. Beast Baby Bezos.
Oh, I know, but then he broke down why Bezos is an evil capitalist. It's like, well, no.
No, this is Mr. Beast he's talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Bezos is a corporatist, not a capitalist, and Mr. Beast is just a scumbag. Not a capitalist, not a corporatist.
Well, I mean, Bezos might be a pig too, but we just don't know.
Well, yeah, but corporatist is usually a pig. Mr. Beast is just a monster.
And hail to Star Wars Marvel Pierce. Good to see you, sir.
Dude. That was the funny
You're
thing
still trying
about what Dermy was saying about Mr. Beast and how he gets so many people like to watch his stuff. Because I've always wondered, I'm like, dude, how does this dude get so many views? I've never been interested in his stuff.
YouTube puts him on. YouTube puts
It's
him
like,
on the
well,
front page.
he plays the algorithm, you know, and it's just like, so what? Retards and kids watch him?
And
Is that all you're trying to say?
Props him up as well. If we go back to that whole the group that he was a part of, they probably put him on the front page. They probably grease some palms, put him on the front page.
Only once it's probably like clear that he's willing to play ball with, you know, whatever the current thing is.
Mr. Beast, there's millions, borderline billions of dollars to be made on the Mr. Beast stuff.
Oh my god, I know.
All right, here we go.
To be in good graces, stop. And if you want your leftist credibility, when you guys say when rich people donate to charity, it's a tax write-off and it, you know, is good for their image, just apply that same logic to this guy. Just the same logic, but over here, okay? Hassan, I saw your reaction to me. It's probably because you're friends with Carl. No big deal. Vosh, let's see if you have a better take. Yeah, that's right. I'm pitting you guys against each other. Which brings me to Ethan Klein. Hey, brother, listen, we're not going to talk about Israel. It's fine. Hamas bad, Hamas bad. Listen, if this does get podunk North Carolina lawyer, okay? But that's not going to be enough against YouTube's golden boy. So you are the king of YouTube legality. So if this gets hairy, I hope that you can help me out. When I was
Wait, who?
This is just like a syllabus. Like, hey,
so he just went and said, Hassan, I saw your reaction to my previous video. It's probably because you're friends with whoever works on Mr. Beast. And then he's like, Vosh, now I'm calling on you. Maybe you've got a different take. I'm pitting you two together. So he's like invoking fucking retard BreadTube. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, BreadTube.
Yeah, BreadTube.
He's invoking the worst of BreadTube. Why? Why? People don't like Hassan anymore. And Vosh has been destroyed because of his
he destroyed himself.
Why are you calling upon them? Then when you go to Ethan Klein, Ethan Klein at least has the most credibility still, but you're calling upon him and then you're dragging the whole Israel stuff into it. And it's like, dude, why you are showing your political positions everywhere.
Why isn't he calling on Asmongold, who does reaction content to cover his stuff that gets way more views than those guys? Why isn't he calling on fucking Keemstar?
Yeah.
Because those people are bad guys.
This is his fucking job, is this kind of bullshit. And then because he's begging Ethan Klein for money for any potential legal fees.
Because this guy's an ideologue. When it comes to me, I've called on the lefties because it's like this is your prime target. Why aren't you guys doing this? Why aren't you guys talking about this? This is your prime thing. It is weird to see you guys not doing this. I'm seeing conservatives talk about this all over the place. Why isn't the left doing it? But I'm not doing it because of ideological reasons. I'm doing it because it's just weird. They should be talking about this. They're not, because he's right. They want to get in good graces. They don't want to talk about YouTube's golden boy. But he wants them to talk about it because they're ideologically aligned with him. If he was saying, hey, we need all streamers to talk about this, not just the lefties, also the righties and everything like that, I'd have more deferential to him. But no, he's actually trying to clout chase. He's doing what I think the guy's called Mama Mac. And even though I'm annoyed with Turkey Tom right now and how he's been covering all this, he does have a good set of videos on this guy called Mama Mac, who he was talking about a bunch of pedos and stuff and pedo situations. And then at the end of his videos, guess what he would do? He would call on the biggest YouTubers and streamers out there to talk about the situation. So then they got pressured into talking about the situation. And he would do that at the end of all of his videos. And then that stuff started dying off because they felt pressured by him to do it. And they don't like that. Calling to action doesn't work. They get pissed really easily. And the more they look, Hassan and Vosh doesn't have any credibility right now, but Hassan probably will do it, but Hassan's a fucking clown.
Well, Hassan, I haven't seen it, but he stated how Hassan did a reaction to his original video, and apparently Hassan shat on it because he called out because Weddle here, he wasn't great on the review from Hassan, and that's why he invokes Vosh.
So sad.
To
He has
do
to get
his
on his
own
knees even
reaction.
harder.
But it's like
And
Vosh is a
he
clown.
literally he's just going after leftists. He's like,
Well, he wants his audience. He wants Hassan's audience.
and
for
he
sure.
started this like he wasn't like it wasn't supposed to be political. All he's done is made this political now.
Sounds like it.
He's the reason this is now becoming more and more political. Before, the politics were coming in because it's like, this is weird. We're not making this political. This should never have been political. Nothing about this should be political. The reason the politics were like being pointed out by people is because it was getting weird that the people that would be talking about this and championing this position were being silent. That's the whole reason any politics would come into play at all. This time, this guy's overtly bringing it in and attacking people who are against him.
You know what?
Jake the Viking, because politics.
Hold on. I just realized maybe we should be cheering this on because he's asking,
absolutely
he's asking
Cheering
for
them
the
on.
left to eat their own.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's encouraging them to slap fight each other. It's the most hilarious shit.
I'm
in the world.
fine. Listen, I'm okay with you calling on the left because I've done it in a video or two because it's like, it's just weird that you guys aren't talking about this.
Well, it plays right into every much of what they are. Yes, for them, the personal is political. So yes, everything has to be political. That's why now you have this guy overemphasizing more politics. It is the way of the left.
It's
It
absolutely
is their
insane
way,
that
and
nothing to do with anything. Because you know what? It's your lefty boy Jimmy who's causing all these problems.
Oh boy!
And Hassan has gone after Jimmy before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tons of times. Oh, Hassan has.
I try
Hassan
to watch
doesn't like
Hassan stuff.
Hassan does not like Mr. Beast because when Mr. Beast went around fixing
Curing.
the blind,
Yeah,
curing
cured
the blind,
blindness.
well, paying people
Oh,
to
that's
cure the
right.
blind.
He's proof that a private sector could like actually,
And that's
help
so
the
I've been
medical
thinking
industry.
about that. I remember the leftist didn't like Jimmy doing the wells or helping or doing any of the charity stuff because he's just doing it for money. I get what you're saying. Is it actually charity if you're doing it for attention?
It's scummy.
No. Are you
But again,
getting a good deed done? Yes.
It's
You
scummy,
don't
but
get any
again,
points, but you're doing something.
Yeah,
my thing
I was
is,
fine
it's
with it.
scummy, but it's like one drop.
I
on
had
the
no
mountain
problems
of
with it.
shit. I find it kind of scummy, but that's
Here's a
because
question. What's worse? Fake videos or doing charity for attention?
fake
videos.
video.
Well, it depends on the charity. Like, are you donating to a
blind
charity,
I think
or are
it
you?
becomes-
Hold
I
on,
think it
hold on.
becomes a-
Are
I
you?
do think. I
Are
think it
you-
becomes a moral issue. So
Are you the charity, or are you raising money for charity? Because fake videos to raise money for a fake charity, no. But if you're doing
no.
charity for viral videos, it's very different.
So, but that's the whole thing. About
No, but let's just take it at
and
face
seeking
value of what
attention for your
Static's saying,
good
though.
deed.
Which is it, though? Like, don't go into the minutia of everything of, oh, if it's this, if it's that. Let's break it down. Let's just keep it simple.
I'm gonna be
What
honest.
would you say?
I personally think the charity work for money is actually kind of worse. And my reasoning is, and I have a reasoning for it. I find it really disgusting that you are going around there doing charity work, and the reason he does this charity work is he's making more money off the videos than he is giving away in charity. And I don't like the whole I'm propping myself up because I did good job, so now praise me because I did good job. I don't like any of that stuff because that stuff becomes very scummy, very sketchy, and it's disturbing to me, and I just don't like it.
Okay, well, okay. So that's interesting. Shock, what do you think?
I mean, if I can't get in the nitty gritty of like what a charity is, I'd rather you just make videos and say, "Hey, I want to make money and make videos," because it's more honest. Like I definitely understand
didn't answer the
argument.
question.
What? How?
What's
Fake-
worse?
What's worse, fake videos?
Yes, then charity. Yes, the charity.
Okay.
That's what I said. I answered.
Okay.
It.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
And when it comes to the whole charity thing, you're also profiting off of people.
Yeah. I'd rather
that
you
actually
say
are in need.
I'm making viral videos to make money, and I'm not gonna try to say it's for charity and then lie to people and make you think you're doing a good thing. Yeah, I'd rather you just be honest. Like, I make fake videos to make money to go viral. It's more honest.
I like him going out there to try to like
help people, but I don't like you making like videos off of that. Like if it was
Okay.
if they were
Well, it's kinda
always
like what
going to be non-monetized, you're not making money off of it. You're just showing, hey, I'm going around doing good
Yeah,
work.
if you want to
That's
vlog
one
you being
thing,
at a
but
soup kitchen, that's different.
Yeah, but that's not
He's-
really a fake video.
Yeah.
True.
But,
Oh
yeah.
well, that's a charity one. Yeah, that is a little different, but that's still for attention. I'm working at a soup
Yeah,
kitchen. It's still for attention. It's
if
still
you
kind
do-
of
because
a
you're still propping yourself up of going, look at the good deed I'm doing.
Yeah.
Instead of just going out and doing the good deed for the sake
but
of
it
doing
easily
a good deed.
monetizes it with ads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think there's a difference though if you say, "Hey, I'm gonna do like once every 3 years, I will film one of my charity deeds, not monetize it, and we're just gonna show people doing good work." And you do that like once every 3 years, not regularly. It's not a part of your like all the time content, and this is just to help promote going out and doing good work. You're still then going out doing good work, not recording it, doing that stuff. I think that
That's a
becomes
little
bit
minutiae,
better.
but I see what you're saying. Set like kind of like just setting an example type thing.
Yeah, setting an example versus
So-
trying to profit off of it.
Fractured. What's your take?
I am probably gonna lean in the idea of the charity videos are a bit scummy because I go on the mindset is like, if you're gonna do charity, go out and do charity for the sake of charity. You don't have to advertise it. So I'd say because generally people are smart enough to detect a fake video and they can get into it and kind of dig it.
Is there a difference between advertisement and like monetizing it? Or is it the same thing with you?
What do you mean?
Like you have to shout out, oh, I'm doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, versus you just being like, I'm gonna vlog us do something good and monetize our efforts. Is that the same thing?
I think the monetized part, I start having a problem. Like before Rooster Teeth openly showed itself off as being a fucking awful company. One thing that they did once a year was I can't remember the charity name, but they would do a mega stream, like 48 hours, rotating people that they were raising charity for a local children's hospital in Austin. They weren't profiting off of that. All that money that they raised would go to charity. Extra Life is what it was
Okay,
called.
yeah, that. Oh, yeah, I know that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They were actually like they did stuff for that charity. That's completely different than what Mr. Beast does, because his whole idea is, I can give this money. I can give this money to charity. I can film it. I can record it. I then monetize it. And I know that this video that I'm going to put out there is going to make me more money than the money that I'm giving away. On top of that, that money becomes a tax write-off. That's an entire like.
But I also
business
don't
That's
like
again going into the
charities.
extra
Most
stuff that
charities-
you've learned and heard and stuff like that. We're just trying to look at it from a blanket standpoint here. And I was gonna say Timon kind of makes the point here too. Because I doubt people that are getting these things being done for them are gonna give two shits about where some of that stuff is going.
Well, I don't like these. Some charities are bullshit though. Like I'd rather you just do something good.
Right,
and
but
monetize
we're
it.
looking at it from the whole proper.
We're saying that the charity is 100% legit in this case, and the
Okay.
video is fake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
so
I don't
for
like
me,
that. No.
For me, I'm actually different from all of you. I think the fake videos are worse, particularly when it comes to the game shows.
Oh yeah.
Listen, we're talking about I think also in this situation, like they're both awful. They're both horrible things.
But if is taking
the
one evil for another,
the reason why the charity ones don't bother me as much is because there are people benefiting. When there's people benefiting, if you've got blind people being able to see, deaf people being able to hear, you've got people in Africa with homes and fucking running water.
Well, that's why I was going to lead into the Timon comment there too.
That's a win. And you know what?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast doesn't get, for me personally, Mr. Beast doesn't get any points. It doesn't make me care anymore about him. It doesn't make me think anymore about him because
I also think it might be
the
different.
way he did it. But the fake videos,
different ways we view the world as well on some of the stuff. Like which
what's
one do
that?
you think is more? It might be different ways we view the world on some of the stuff because for me, I find that charity work to just be so scummy and
But when you were talking about
in a way
charity,
that
like,
I don't.
It's like you mentioned with Rooster Teeth in the fundraising for a charity. I mean, that's kind of where this also then plays into, right? You're doing things online, you're doing it for fundraising for a charity, so
Or
I
like
think
what's
fundraising
his
for
fucking
a
face?
charity is.
That guy that was on G4.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my god,
The
the fat guy.
completionist. Completionist.
The
Like what the
completionist.
completionist
Oh,
was
yeah.
doing, the thing that made that stuff scummy was he wasn't giving them the money.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't giving away the money. Where
right. Yeah, that was all.
If you're raising the money to then give to charity, I think there's a difference there than giving the money to charity and saying you're doing good work.
Yeah.
And I become and I do think this is a difference in worldview on how we view this stuff. Which one is worse? Because they're both equally bad. We're just now starting to figure out which one is worse in your opinion. And for me, it's trying to act like a good person when you're just profiting off of people that are in need.
Yeah, to me, it's the fake videos, especially the game shows when you've got other people involved, and you've got the game rigged to enrich a friend, and while you're wasting everyone else's time, and also still monetizing the fuck out of that video, just like you would a charity video.
Mm-hmm. Like they're both and honestly, they're both equally bad. It's just personally, which one do you view is worse? And
There's one that's taking advantage of people.
Mm-hmm. One's taking advantage. One is. They're both treating people like shit, in my opinion. Just one looks a little bit nicer, and people. And to be fair, Tomon's right. He's doing more for Africa than the UN ever did in decades. He's right there.
Steve's talking about deep fakes here. Steve,
has he gone down the deep fake rabbit hole?
There's some fun deep fakes out there. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, Fractured has got places to be. Shock said he had a quick out. I want to give everyone an opportunity. We're going to go around the horn.
No, I'm good.
What are your thoughts? Wrap it up. Shock, what do you got?
For the whole...
Just your final thoughts.
Yeah, I think Fractured said it well. You just need to let things develop more before we quickly take... what did I think? I thought that... I think everyone is kind of having a bit of a... I think there's a lot of people on like our side and in the middle side who don't like what they're seeing with the Chris Tyson stuff. A lot of people point out like, hey, you'll call out Doc, but you won't call out Chris Tyson. These people who are air quote on the same side are arguing over each other about the Jake the Viking stuff when it's just we're all kind of upset that Mr. Beast isn't going to be accountable for any of this stuff. So it's a bit of redundant infighting when we all kind of principally agree on the same thing. I don't like defending Jake the Viking's brother-in-law, saying like, oh, he's not responsible for his brother-in-law's actions, and he was convicted, so it's very different from Chris. I don't like that those were actual legitimate defenses of him when you could have just waited 2 hours later when he said, no, I think my brother-in-law is an innocent man, and I think what happened to him is dirty, and I defend him. Like, that is an actual defense. I can defend him and stand by. So all this is silly, but I think moving forward, I think more people are going to keep calling out Chris Tyson, and we're going to see more people like on the left or like mainstream people eventually talk about it and bring it up, and we'll see how effectively Mr. Beast dodges all this shit. So this is just kind of just some mudslinging that I think most people will move forward on.
And Fractured Filter, what are your final thoughts?
I mean, basically, yeah. There's a lot of shit that just keeps flowing out really quickly, and I think we need to let things settle before we really can conclude what exactly has been going on. There already seems to be a lot of damning evidence. I get that for sure. But like it is, I just feel like this is kind of the typical internet reactionary community bullshit. You just got to kind of slow down for a moment, wait. Like Shock said, 2 hours later, the guy brings out an extra statement, and hey, guess what? So, I think slow it down just a little bit, people. I get it. You all want your clicks, your videos, and everything like that to skyrocket and all that jazz because you're going to get in on the home front. But, there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of minutia to all this shit that's going on, and wait for more people to come out with a lot more receipts, because I think that's going to be the biggest thing is actually getting some full-on evidence to everything, because a lot right now just seems like it's just a bunch of people spouting a bunch of nonsense. Well, at least what looks like nonsense. I want like, I mean, we've already gotten plenty of like chat logs and stuff like that from the discords and everything. That is certainly damning enough.
We need some people to come forward.
Yeah, we need more people, more names and stuff like that. People to actually, I mean, like yes, take legal action and everything like that. I mean, that's what we say with a lot of different grape cases and stuff like that. Yes, the woman will come out and claim it, but does anything get legally followed up with? No. So, we need more of that sort of thing, that follow up to be a little more than just word. And as Jeremy's certainly been, spouting it out there, a lot of clout chasing going on. So please bring the evidence, because I'd love to have a stance, so to speak. But for right now, it's just kind of called, I'll wait and see what develops.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like where everyone's at, is just wait and see. There's nothing can be done right now, but what we can do is laugh at these fucking
absolutely all these retarded videos and shit like that. These
lots of clout chasing.
There's tons of clout chasing. Like, there's legitimate.
What you name this show? You could name this show to Cloud Alert.
You can say that I'm clout chasing right now because I'm.
Yes, you are.
I'm making
kind of. I mean, look, I'm doing this stream because people are going to want to watch it, but yet also I'm doing this stream because we're going to talk about this on Saturday or whatever. But Saturday is kind of all over the place, and this gives us an opportunity to kind of like just
narrow down.
Though I don't think covering things makes you a clout chaser. I think you have to have stake in the game, and you're willing to like find. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to time these things right so that I can get the proper attention over something that's pop culture in the news
definition,
right now.
It does fall under it.
So I would say like Keemstar is clout chasing, where for me, people can say,
well, he's involved though.
Yeah, he's more involved now, but where I am, I'm just cataloging what's happening, how this is progressing.
Well, no, he directly works with Jimmy. So, you know what I mean? Like, he is kind of involved in the drama, and he's going to like make a bigger deal out of his point of view to get more attention versus just covering the drama like you.
Maybe.
Where for me, I like talking about this stuff because I find people interesting. And this is watching human fucking nature.
People watching.
And it's disgusting and hilarious all at the same time.
It's like watching monkeys at the zoo fling poo at each other.
For me, my thoughts on this is honestly relatively similar to you guys. You need to wait for stuff to build up before you can actually like talk about it. Like, when the Chris Tyson stuff first started, I didn't make an initial video on it because it's like, this is one claim. I can't work off of one claim. I need to wait till stuff kind of builds up to see if it actually goes anywhere. Then I'll make a video on it, because I can't just run off of one thing. I need stuff to build up. I need more evidence. I need more things. Then as time goes on, I can feel more comfortable making my statements. I viewed it last night. I was just going to record one video. I ended up recording 2 videos. I have 3 fucking videos I need to get dropped. It's insane. There's a lot to this stuff right now. And people are immediately jumping out there, rushing to say something when it's like, wait, pull back, read it, reread it, think about it for an hour, then make your statement. Instead, what we're getting is, yes, Turkey Tom calling people clowns because the brother-in-law is an RSO when he was accused of doing something, just took a plea deal.
And then Keem assuming that he's in on every video production. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. No.
And then trying to lambaste Jake the Viking for defending his brother-in-law, who from Jake's point of view is innocent and got railroaded by the system.
Well, I think he only did that after. He defended him after all that, which I'm glad he did, but I wish he did it sooner.
It's a little bit of timeline is a little wonky.
Yeah, it's a little wonky.
You see what happens, and then as well, like Mr. Keemstar trying to attack Jake and Nathan W because Nathan W and Jake are friends, and they did a video together once with parental permission. Okay, like things just constantly have been rolling out of control when it's like, take it one step at a time, then make your move instead of just going for the sake of going, because going for the sake of going, you get a lot of shit wrong, and you need to just take a deep breath and think for a second. Because even when the pedo stuff happened, that it blew up real fast, and there was all sorts of accusations. And we did the same. We had the same situation happen when Trump, the assassination attempt happened. We had people wanted to just keep jumping when we should have probably just stopped.
This is the only show I do that I don't
waited.
Well, I think most of us were giving Doc the benefit of the doubt until he himself said, "Yeah, I'm kind of guilty, and I feel bad for it."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, gee, well,
I
made me look like an idiot."
Yep, I gave Doc the benefit of the doubt.
Me
and
too.
He pretty much confessed to it. So I think that's why I stated earlier that I think that's the tweet that killed his career.
Yeah,
is it dead or not? I don't know. If you watch them, why?
I've
never watched them.
Yeah,
but
I tried checking him out once, and I didn't see the appeal personally. But that's
he can be entertaining here or there, not all the time.
You know, it's funny.
He could probably do a good act for a few minutes and have some jokes, but it's not something worth 3 or 4 hours of my fucking time.
It's like Keemstar, Kai Cenat, all these guys. They know how to play up for the camera and be entertaining for the camera, but different people, different strokes for different folks.
Oh yeah,
right, and that's why YouTube works. So my final thoughts are, I'm kind of with shock how everyone was running to sweep for Jake, because and like we didn't have any information at all, and I'm like, well, hold on, but also I didn't like the people just coming out and just trying to throw him under the bus. I'm like, he has nothing to do.
Yeah.
With any of this.
Yeah, I get that.
Like,
but I did want to.
Yeah,
and it's all because he made that tweet. Jimmy knew, and people have been trying to find out what the fuck that meant.
Yes, that's a bad.
And,
tweet.
so not a lot. And that it's put him in the limelight, thinking, "Well, how much did you know, too, good sir?"
Thank you.
And more same thought that I had.
And I'll say this is the downside.
Yeah, I read that interview too that he did with. I read the interview too he did with Geeks and Gamers, and some of that seemed really weird.
So what I read, so we read a bit of that before you joined us. The Geeks and Gamers interview, what he meant by that, and so he tells the story about how they were on a plane. And Chris was talking. Okay, so you read it.
Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
So
like I said, that's why I thought some of it sounded very weird.
So you didn't know anything.
He
cool.
made a logically sound assumption that Jimmy would know about some of Chris Tyson's dirty deeds.
And I think Jimmy does know.
I think that's a fair assumption to make. But when you go and say something like that, it makes it sound like you got details.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
Yeah. And I'll say this: this is a downside to Geeks and Gamers. They should have been pimping that article everywhere.
I know.
They just pimped it once and walked away. That's something that you pimp out a lot of places. Because if more people saw that interview, saw what Jake meant, I don't think this he knew thing would have been they would have used that against him this week. Because it's like, no, what he meant was
I immediately thought he had details. I was like, oh, this could get juicy.
Same with me. And then I read that and it's like, it's not so juicy, but I see what he's saying.
So anyhow, yeah, like everyone's saying, chill out, folks. This Mr. Beast stuff's been going on forever. We don't do this show every week. It's just kind of whenever. And it's good to just sit on things.
Sometimes things need to be sat on.
Unless someone does something retarded like Alana Pierce, then you should make fun of her right away.
Oh, totally different. Yeah, what the bitch.
Listen.
Go
There's
ahead.
not just Mr. Beast going on. There's other shit going on as well. Mr. Beast is just the big talk right now because there's Genshin Impact.
Every corner of the internet has drama right now.
Oh,
the Minecraft people, the fucking zombies people have fucking drama going on. There's like all sorts of shit.
That's really stupid drama.
Listen,
I do not care about.
It looks like I'm covering YouTube drama right now, but it's because we've been kind of slow in pop other areas of the internet that I actually care about. I can't make a video on something I don't care about. Genshin Impact. I got invested into the Genshin Impact thing. I have an update for the Genshin Impact stuff. There's Genshin Impact drama. There's other drama happening. Guess what? We just had D23. We got new stuff to talk about as well. We've been in a slump. We're about to have some more stuff. Then we'll be in a slump again. Welcome to the internet. This happens.
Hey, Tomby.
Summer's always
Hey, Tomby,
crazy.
how you doing?
Hey, Tomby. So we're about to have some new updates for events, new things happening. Things are going to shake up again. And then guess what? Welcome to the internet. There's ebbs and flows. Sometimes there's nothing really to talk about. And then Mr. Beast does something stupid.
I like looking.
Eventually, you know what's gonna happen? It feels like forever ago. Eventually, there will be another Vosh moment, and everybody will talk about Vosh.
Oh yeah,
Like these moments come and go.
it's great.
just
They can't help themselves.
And if a Vosh moment happens, guess what? I'm probably not going to talk about the Vosh moment. I'll talk about it here, but I won't make videos on it because I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that my channel's geared towards. When it comes to like Mr. Beast, Dr. Disrespect, and I just had his name, Moist Critical, my channel's more geared towards that because those guys are like big names in the cultural community and talking about culture and doing stuff with video games, culture, pop culture, things like that. That's easier for me to go towards. When it goes to Vosh, that becomes more just drama and political stuff, and I don't like talking about people like that much.
Yeah. Vosh in particular is more political in nature. And Steve says, remember when the internet was happy and chilling just like 2 weeks ago? 1, the oatmeal cookie thing was only a week ago, and 2, some of us are still having fun.
Yeah,
we find other ways to have fun.
Bro, the oatmeal cookie stuff is fun. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm saying we're even still having fucking oatmeal cookie fights to this fucking day.
Yeah, at least half the people on this panel are fucking fascists, and I don't know about Fractured.
I'm okay. I'm fine with the oatmeal raisin cookies.
All these people need to go put into the wood chipper and be like burned alive and stuff. Okay, it's perfectly fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And on that note, Dermy, how about you let everyone know what you got going on the rest of this week?
Okay, the rest of today.
Well, you know what I
mean. We do have Saturday Charity here at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which will be at here in about like 5 hours or so, or 5.5 hours. Then over in the Fellowship Discord, they will be having movie night. I'm probably gonna have to skip it because I have a bunch of videos I have to edit and get uploaded. Hopefully for tomorrow. I do have to make a reaction video to the Snow White trailer because my God, my queen's back. My queen is back.
For the love of God,
yes. Fuck yes, I can't wait. So there'll be more Rachel Zegler content coming out that I've been waiting. I've been waiting so long for this, so I'm excited. Then
Witch is wickedly hot.
Yeah, there'll probably be other videos, other content, other things I'll talk about. Maybe the Mr. Beast, Jake the Viking stuff kind of dies down for a little bit. Like I hope it does, because I do want to talk about other things and not just them for a little bit. So yeah.
I hope this is the last time we have to talk about this on my channel until something fucking happens.
Exactly.
Oh, and by the way, I'll also say I am a defender of dogpack. I want him to put it all out there. I do think there's a discussion though to be had of what's the correct move. Do you drop it all at once or steadily over time? There is a good discussion to be had there.
I still think dogpack's going to might have some trouble.
We'll see,
because it's a lot of hearsay.
Some of it's hearsay, but some of it is also like legitimate. So
he will need help.
Stick with the legitimacy. You're good. If you
go
off of hearsay,
if it's defamation, you have to prove that everything is false. So
yeah, okay. But I mean by he'll need help is like people will have to come forward.
Yeah,
and
more than just the Weedle.
Yeah,
and Fractured Filter.
Yes.
You got something coming up right now. How about you?
I do. Saturday Night Sith over on my channel. Be there, be square. I stumbled upon something this morning that I'm looking forward to talking about. This is the thing. I like looking at other gaming stuff other than bad drama bullshit that's going on in gaming. So I found a random project out of fucking nowhere that somebody is working on based off of a movie franchise, which puts it in some dangerous territory. But I think I don't know, but somebody's already played it. I'm going to download the demo, but so I can play it at some point. But I'm going to talk about it tonight. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the Fallout 1 remake mod called Vault 13 that I played yesterday on stream. And of course, we've got some extra trailers that Star Wars dropped of Skeleton Crew. So I'll be torturing Hitman and myself with that.
Real quick. I'm just gonna say this. Hayden says looks like they found Adam Kinzinger's Grinder account.
What?
Maybe, but Adam Kinzinger. Like I cannot. Kinzinger.
Adam Kinzinger has a Grinder.
Anyway,
how do we know?
I'll be starting that in just a few minutes.
Totally
I'll be bouncing out. You guys have fun. And if you want, after you're done all here, come on over and watch with us. It'll be fun. And of course, we got Stargate SG1. I believe it's the episode season 2, episode 8, family. Teal, good stuff. Anyways, later, guys.
Cool.
Later,
See you there,
Fractured. Yeah,
man.
you guys can go catch Fractured. I just put the links in his chat or in the chat. And then also, I don't have his Rumble link ready available, but you can actually go and watch Stargate with
On
Fractured
Rumble,
over
Odyssey,
on his Rumble
and
page.
Kick.
Yep. And Odyssey and Kick. Yep. And Shaka Zulu.
Hello.
What you got going on?
Not much. Hopefully make it Saturday. I'll be there. I stream on Kick, Shaka Zulu 1. I am a bit busy to make videos, but I do want to make them soon. Shaka Zulu 12 on YouTube. So I'll see y'all guys around. Good show.
And yeah, I'll probably be Saturday unless something comes up.
Yeah.
Because that's just, playing video games and chilling. And then Monday is Monday Night Bloodbath. We got politics to talk about. I'll be getting ready for that tomorrow. And then Thursday is the weekend pregame where we're supposed to be reviewing the TMZ Trump shooting documentary on Tubi.
Can you send me a
And
link?
Oh
then-
yeah, that's crazy. Dude.
And
gotta
then
look into
I
that.
also found one of the most cringest fucking things that's apparently an epidemic across this country that we might discuss as well.
You mean people being furries?
It has degeneracy. It does involve degeneracy, but
It
it's
does shock me.
something
Okay,
that is a bigger
Mhm.
problem than I think most people know.
Give me a 5 seconds before you hit the end stream thing because I need to do the whole ending thing.
So that's what I've got going on. I'm thinking of adding another fucking stream to this madness that I do, a solo stream. I kind of tried that out last Monday. So we'll see how that comes along.
Oh, by the way, pseudo Saturdays will be returning to Wednesday. I've just been super fucking busy.
Cool. I need something to do some Wednesday nights.
It's been a crazy past couple of weeks. My schedule should be becoming more normal now, and I pseudo Saturdays on Wednesdays are also just like for chill. So
yeah,
it depends on how busy I am. If I'm not that busy, I'll do them. If I am busy, I can't.
So are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Love you guys.